worn by Orange legends Floyd Little, Ernie Davis, and the great Jim Brown. Now in comes BC's beast mode, Andre Williams, the nation's leading rusher, and today with the number 44 on his back, leads the Eagles into the Carrier Dome on a Thanksgiving edition of ACC College Football Saturday.
Week 14 in the ACC in the regular season finale for a pair of first-year head coaches. Scott Shaper of Syracuse has got the Orange looking for a win to be bowl eligible. Steve Addazio in his initial ride at Chestnut Hill has the Eagles there with 7 wins as BC and Syracuse meet here today. ACC College Football Saturday presented by Frostmood Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And an old football rivalry of the Northeast rekindled today in the Atlantic Division of the ACC with Boston College and Syracuse. And happy Thanksgiving with Brian Stan Westerdorf. Jen Hildreth will join us in just a moment. If you like old-fashioned football, you've come to the right spot here today, Brian.
I'll tell you what, the game plans are going to be simple. This is be tougher than the man across from you and hit him harder on every play. Both teams play tough defense. Both teams like to run the ball down your throat.
Well, and of course for Boston College, this resurgence in the last half of the season has been keyed by running back Andre Williams. He's moved into the Heisman conversation as the nation's leading rusher. And things kind of come full circle for Williams today. 3 years ago in this building, he made his first career start. He had 42 carries, 185 yards, and a 9-point win for the Eagles.
Look, he is big, he's fast, he's powerful. He's got nearly 1,000 yards rushed after contact at this point. You come to meet this man in the hole, and you better have a gang of guys behind you, or else he's running you over.
And, Jen, it's interesting because now America is starting to realize what Boston College has known all season long.
Yeah, they've got something special. But to quote a great Boston Globe article this week, BC's Andre Williams has gone from who to Heisman, and here's why. This is what makes him a contender. When you talked about what he's done over the last few weeks, averaging 266 yards on the ground in the month of November, even better the last 3, averaging 299. And that compares to what Barry Sanders did the year he won the Heisman Trophy in 1988 when he averaged 294 over his last 5. But it was great talking to Steve Addazio this week. He said, look, there's no kumbaya over how many yards Andre gets each week. He doesn't need it. He's a team guy. He just wants to get his team a win. He knows he's going to have a challenge here today.
Jen, no question about it. And, of course, the legacy of 44 here at Syracuse is real. And 1 digit north of 44 is where the Orange counters with their run game. And, of course, that's the junior from Delaware, and Jerome Smith, who comes into the ball game 5th in the ACC and 78th nationally. He's got nearly 800 yards, but he's averaging just better than 72 yards a game this season. His backfield mate, Prince Tyson Gully, shaken up today, so Scott Shaper's really going to lean on Jerome Smith, Brian, to do a lot of the work.
And he's very similar to Andre Williams. He is big, powerful, and fast. Both these guys do their best work downhill when their shoulders are square to the line of scrimmage. Jerome Smith has broken some long ones, and he really takes over a football game when he gets to the 4th quarter. He wears down these defenses. It's going to be an interesting 1-2 punch between Jerome Smith and Andre Williams today in this football game.
Syracuse has lost 3 of their last 5, but they're 3-2 here at the Carrier Dome. Boston College has won 4 straight, 5 of their last 7. These old rivals first met 1924, and 3 years ago, of course, BC won here 16-7 at the Carrier Dome. A Thanksgiving weekend, the students are on holiday from the Syracuse campus. But a lot of folks have been willing to get indoors here at the Carrier Dome to watch this regular season finale. Grizzly Esteem, the true freshman from Delray Beach, is deep to take the kick of the veteran Nate Freeze. And away we go from the Carrier Dome. And Syracuse will start off its 25, and Brian's got our 4 keys to the game.
Well, starting with Boston College, they've got to stay on schedule. This is not a team that does well in 1st and 2nd and long situations after penalties. They've got to gain 4 or 5 yards a carry, and they don't do well coming from behind in games. For Syracuse, they've got to get Andre Williams sideways. I talked about how successful he's when he's got his shoulders square to the field. You get him trying to bounce runs to the outside with penetration and good gap discipline, and you can stop Andre Williams.
9th consecutive start for the junior for a sophomore redshirt, Rosedale, New York, and Terrell Hunt.
They love to run the quarterback draw to these empty sets.
First down, and Hunt dials Smith on a pass play for 5 yards and got hit right away by the linebacker Stephen Daniels, who's in coverage there for Boston College. And that gets us to our Toyota key players for Syracuse on offense.
Well, we've talked plenty about Jerome Smith, but Brisley Esteem, the true freshman number 20, has really emerged as their biggest weapon in the slot. Keep an eye out for number 20.
Pressure coming from Kevin Pierre-Louis, and that's Ashton Broyle to catch for a couple of yards on the far side. Broyle, the converted quarterback, sophomore from Henrietta, New York.
Well, this is what we expected from offensive coordinator George McDonald. Said he wanted to get Terrell Hunt some early passes, quick throws to get his confidence high and get him in a rhythm.
5-wide look for Hunt. And here is that quarterback keeper, and Terrell Hunt, a first down. Out to about the 48-yard line for Terrell Hunt. Hunt's 75th carry of the year will put him over 350 yards.
So much of this offense success rests on the arms and the legs of Terrell Hunt. They've done this all season long. If you don't leave a spy in there for Terrell Hunt, he will hurt you on those empty sets and on third down situations.
Another 5-wide look. And Hunt throws, and that's Josh Harris, the tight end, redshirt freshman, Stone Mountain, Georgia, picking up about 6 yards on first down. And we get to our Toyota key players on defense for the Eagles of Steve Addazio.
Well, we got it zoomed in on Kevin Pierre-Louis there. He is a rare breed of linebacker. He can blitz, he can cover, he can stop the run. He's good everywhere.
Hunt's first incomplete pass intended for Ashton Broyle. Well, Syracuse moving with a lot of tempo here early, Brian.
They certainly are. We saw it for that quarterback draw. Terrell Hunt got up, shaking his head. You saw him walking with some swagger. So much of this offense success rests on his confidence. I like what George McDonald's doing here with this script, getting him confident and in rhythm early.
Third down for the Orange, and on the year, 35%, only 29% against the ACC. Syracuse 10th defending third down, 4th against ACC play. And Hunt out of the backfield misses Jerome Smith on third down.
Well, you mentioned 35% on third down, and that's an easy throw right there that Terrell Hunt has got to make. As a young quarterback, beginning of the game, he's excited. Just put too much on it, out of the reach of Jerome Smith. Got to give your running back a chance there to move the chains.
It'll be 6 plays. And now, look at this. Riley Dixon, the punter, has gone under center. And now Dixon in an inverted wishbone look here on fourth down. And let's see if they let the clock wind out, take the delay of game, and then Syracuse buys themselves 5 yards. They do. There's the penalty for the delay. And now Dixon will have a little more room.
5-yard turn, fourth down.
You know, Wes, it wouldn't surprise me if head coach Scott Schaefer pulled that stunt just to get a look at the response of Boston College. They've faked several kicks this season. He may be looking for something later on in the football game to see how they reacted to set up another fake.
Schaefer, of course, who was the defensive coordinator under Doug Marrone, now the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. And Dixon will punt here after the penalty. And running away from it is Spiffy Evans. Evans shaken up earlier in the year, back in the lineup today for BC. Nothing for the Orange on their opening possession. BC will take over with Andre Williams after a 53-yard punt from Dixon. Remarkable story for David Cutcliffe and Duke to go 10-2, 6-2 in the ACC. Preseason pick dead last out of the Coastal Division, so congratulations to Duke. They'll meet Florida State next Saturday night in uptown Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium for the ACC title. Syracuse sees Boston College off its 20, play action on the first down, and Sinkovic down the near side, and he'll have almost 20 yards. So they fake it to Andre Williams and go play action to Jake Sinkovic, the redshirt senior, Bristol, Wisconsin.
No surprise here, partner. We talked about this before the game with their coaches, and they said that we may see a little bit more play action because so many teams are stacking the box, expecting Andre Williams to run the football.
First down and 10, ball at the 39. It's Amadon flexing out the wide receiver. Look at the crowd around the line, and Williams got blasted on the first snap. Bromley looked like he snuck in there to disturb it, and then Micah Robinson's the guy that made the contact, 93.
Look at the body stacked up at the line of scrimmage here. Penetration is the key to getting Andre Williams to move east and west, not going downhill at you. That's exactly what Syracuse was able to accomplish there.
It's a loss of almost 3 on the play.
that's what's so impressive about the numbers Andre Williams has put up, especially in the last month. Every team is stacking the box.
They put a tackle in the slot. Patchen blocking for Amadon, who picks up about 5 or 6 yards across the 40. Big Mac Patchen at 6'6", 300. Goes out and lines up in a slot for Steve Adazio and offensive coordinator Ryan Day.
There you get a good look at Chase Reddick's numbers. Very efficient with the football. 15 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, over 60% completion ratio. Very bright kid. He's also responsible to call a lot of these run plays at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 8 now for Boston College. Reddick here to the near side, incomplete. Overthrow the intended receiver. The intended receiver for Boston College. And that was Harrison Jackson. He and Smithy Evans both back in the lineup today for the first time in about 3 weeks.
And they get a little bit of pressure on Reddick. What he didn't see was in the middle of the field, number 26, Dave Dudek, was open. We'll talk about that with his offensive coordinator on the sidelines, I'm sure. But this is big for Syracuse defense to get Boston College to go 3 and out.
Richie Desir waits on this punt line. He'll field the line shot at the 25, and here's Desir. Near side 40. Desir 45 to the 47-yard line. It's about a 25, 26-yard return by Richie Desir before Dominic Williams makes the tackle. Well, here's the stage now set for next Saturday night. We've been wondering for, 3 weeks? Who would come out of that fray with Virginia Tech, Miami, Georgia Tech, and Duke? Well, the Noles, who beat Florida earlier today at the Swamp impressively 37-7, will draw David Cutcliffe and Duke, who beat North Carolina 27-25 at Chapel Hill to keep the victory bell for a 2nd straight year over in Durham.
You got to love it. A true David versus Goliath tale right there. Can't congratulate Duke enough for what they've done this season.
Jerome Smith got about a yard. And Syracuse gets great field position off their 47 after the punt return by Desir. That's his best of the year.
You know, when you get 2 offenses that like to run the football like both of these schools, field position is critical. Right now, Syracuse clearly winning the field position battle. We'll see. They were able to move the chains a couple times last drive, but they stalled out.
Here's Hunt now. Pressure coming. He'll fire. Backside throw. Alvin Cornelius the catch. And into Boston College territory at the 22. Lewis Jean makes the tackle on the redshirt freshman from Staten Island. Alvin Cornelius, who had 2 catches for a score last week against Pittsburgh.
Well, they catch him. They catch him right in the gap of that 2-deep defensive zone. Nice read by Terrell Hunt. And a great route run there by Cornelius.
31-yard play, and here's Jerome Smith. Cutting to about the 12. Almost 9 yards on 1st down before Kevin Pierre-Louis makes the play here for Boston College.
It looked like Jerome Smith was going to spring this, but there's Kevin Pierre-Louis making possibly a touchdown-saving shoelace tackle there.
2nd and short, and Hunt will go to the pistol. That's Clay Cleveland and Josh Harris in motion as a tandem to the right side. They'll hand to Jerome Smith, and nothing doing there. Al Lewis Jean jumped in there from his corner spot to help Boston College make the stop on Jerome Lewis. And the CPI Security red zone look for Syracuse. 83.3%, 22 touchdowns in 36 tries, 8 field goals.
A lot of what Syracuse loves to do in the red zone is predicated upon the ability of Terrell Hunt to run the football. He's an option every time he drops back to pass to also take it in himself.
This is 3rd and very short for Schaefer. And the Orange on offense. They're 1 of 2 on 3rd down. And this is Jerome Smith, and hammers away. Got to about the 10-yard line, maybe a step more, and that'll be certainly enough for the 1st down.
It was interesting talking to Syracuse coaches this week. They said Jerome Smith is playing this game with a huge chip on his shoulder. All the attention on Andre Williams, and no surprise that they're going to feed big Jerome Smith the ball. He wants some attention himself.
1st down. Here's Hunt. Lewis chases again, and he'll be brought down on the sack. Kevin Pierre-Louis registers his 6th sack of the year for Boston College. And Terrell Hunt's an option, but that time the defensive Don Brown was right in the mix of Terrell Hunt.
Well, I'll tell you what, Terrell Hunt is a fantastic athlete, but there we got to look at how good an athlete Kevin Pierre-Louis is. And Don Brown talks about it, says, I've never coached a kid like this. He can blitz and sack the quarterback. He can stop through at the line of scrimmage, and he's fantastic in coverage. Great play in space there by KPL in the backfield.
Play action by Hunt. Throwing for Cleveland in the end zone, incomplete. Justin Simmons, the free safety, was in coverage for BC. Clay Cleveland caught a couple of touchdowns earlier this year in a ball game against Tulane. And now, all of a sudden, 3rd and 13 here for Syracuse. And there's the veteran Don Brown and Scott Schaefer, old defensive coordinator in his own right, trying to dial one up here. George McDonald, his offensive coordinator, knows that. And here they move the steam in Cleveland onto the field. And the 8th play of the drive for Syracuse. And now timeout taken by Scott Schaefer. Brian, the matchups here.
Syracuse.
Because Syracuse has been so beat up. It's interesting. Schaefer and George McDonald got to be particular about what they try and do.
They certainly do. They can't come away with 0 points here.
Snow here in Central New York. Now, Brian Stan grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Jen Hilders grew up upstate New York. And they were all about the Carrier Dome. Old Southern boy like Durham would have been happy to be outside of Old Archball Stadium today. But here in the comforts of the Carrier Dome, no score in the Orange on their 2nd possession. Scott Schaefer used a timeout here because they got to get their personnel straight. Syracuse, among other things, fighting tough BC. He's also fighting a rash of injuries at the tail end of the regular season. Here's the 3rd down play. Hunt overthrows Paris, incomplete. And that will bring on Ryan Norton to try the field goal as Terrell Hunt misses. Now, if you're wondering about injuries, the top tight end, Beckett Wales, is out. West, one of the better wide receivers, is out. Prince Tyson Gully, the backup to Jerome Smith, is out. And Sean Hickey, the left tackle, has made his 24th straight start today, but he's been banged up as well. So, Schaefer tries a 30-yard field goal here with Norton, who's 8 of 11 on the year, as long as 41 last week against Pittsburgh. And the kick is away. No good. And Norton misses. So a 31-yard field goal try, no good. 8:34 to play in the opening period. No's got the job after injury earlier in the year, misses from 30 yards, and Boston College 2nd possession starts off its 20-yard line.
So costly for Syracuse. 2 times into Boston College territory, and they've come away with 0 points. It can be very costly playing a team like Boston College.
First down give, Andre Williams. And boy, the Orange rallying right around Williams behind the line. Williams has not had a plus gain yet in the ball game as Marquise Spruill, the leader of the Orange defense, makes the play.
Well, the key to this football game for Syracuse, we said earlier, was get Andre Williams moving sideways. It's exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it by getting penetration up front and good gap discipline. Boston College motions all over the place to disrupt you and confuse the linebackers and defensive linemen and get them out of their gaps.
2 carries, -3 for Williams so far. I'll give it to him one more time. Shoots to the left side. There's Williams, and knocked out of bounds by Hodge. And so it'll be 3rd and long for Boston College, and our Toyota key players for BC on offense. And there's Big Patchen, Brian.
Now, we've told everybody about Andre Williams, and the reason he's so successful. Take a look. Number 77, Matt Patchen, and Ian White, his offensive linemen. These guys are studs. Look at the hair here. This guy is this is a meat-eating lineman right there. 300 pounds. He gets out in the slot, beats up on corners. He gets the second level, runs over safeties. He's an animal.
Miles Willis is coming to ball game to replace Williams for 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Reddick loads, throws, and overshoots Dudek, his wide receiver. So 3 and out goes Boston College.
Now Chase Reddick again, he's got Dudek over the middle. In his last series, Dudek was wide open. He just misses him here. He has a nice pocket. He's got to make those throws today because obviously Syracuse is dialed in on Andre Williams, and they have not let up a 100-yard rusher all season and been even better here at home, Wes.
Nate Freeze to punt. Richie Desir, remember, a 27-yarder a moment ago, his season best. Wobbly kick by Freeze. Here's Desir. And we go down right around the 45-yard line. So just past the midway point of the opening period, a 34-yard punt by Freeze. Bryce Jones, Justin Simmons were there for Boston College in their front cover. Well, we told you at the top, a pair of first-year head coaches. Scott Schaefer, well, 46 years of age, Painesville, Ohio, graduated from Baldwin Wallace, was the defensive coordinator here for Doug Marrone, worked for Rich Rodriguez, worked for Jim Harbaugh in his career. He's done a nice job, 5-6. They're fighting a bunch of injuries here at the tail end of the season. And the Orange take over from their 45. Third possession. And this is Devontae McFarland getting a yard or two before Kevin Pierre-Louis makes the tackle for Boston College.
Oh, and Scott Schaefer, you're just talking about, he's got to be happy so far. His defense has been outstanding in stopping Andre Williams in that Boston College running game. And his offense has actually moved the chains, but they failed to make the plays they need the most. A third down conversion stopped their first drive and a missed field goal on the second. They've got to find a way to get points on the board here.
Hunt off play action. Zips it down the field. Brisley Esteem the catch. And back into BC territory goes the Orange. At the 21-yard line behind the freshman from Delray Beach, Brisley Esteem.
Look at the small window Terrell Hunt fits that football into. He's got fantastic touch, probably his best attribute as a passer. And a true freshman, Brisley Esteem, has made plays like this all season long for this football team.
3 possessions, 3 trips into plus territory for Syracuse. And here's Ashton Broyle trying to make the play on the perimeter. And he'll pick up about 6 or 7. Kevin Pierre-Louis, the linebacker, shoots out there to make the stop for Boston College.
It's interesting, when you talk to Syracuse coaches, they'll tell you Ashton Broyle, #1, is the best athlete on the football team, but they've struggled to get him his opportunities this season. There, they get him the ball in space, and he made Steele DeVito look bad.
Boy, the Orange have come away empty on 2+ territory trips, Brian, including this field goal. Last chance. Now second down and 3. And here's Jerome Smith. And that'll be enough for the Orange first down. And Jen, the Orange right back into the territory where they were a moment ago.
A big part of that was the catch by Brisley Esteem, who missed the last 2 games. He's playing with a broken bone in his hand. They've been giving him a lot of calcium the last couple of weeks, trying to build that up, make sure he's strong. But he is a tough kid. Offensive coordinator George McDonald said he was just anxious to get on the field. It was like a piece of him was missing. Wanted to come out and make a difference today.
First and goal for the Orange at the 8. Esteem in the slot to the right. Alvin Cornelius wide to that side, and Hunt going to dial Esteem on the right. Trying to get the edge and knocked out of bounds around the 5. And it was handled by Espria, the corner. Manny Espria, junior from outside of Boston and Everett, Mass. So now they're getting the ball to Esteem.
Well, Espria makes a nice play here. Uses hands, fights off the block, and it's tough to tackle Brisley Esteem in space, but Espria does a very nice job there.
Boy, how big is Syracuse? Got to get something on this trip.
They have to. This is what Boston College does. They play a field position game. They keep the game close until the 4th quarter. They're so physical. They beat up the defense over the course of 3 quarters, and they run away with the game with Andre Williams in the 4th.
Single back to Smith. Hunt going to throw. End zone, and off the hands of Paris. Or no, Kendall Moore, the second tight end, the big freshman from Chicago at 6'5", and Steele DeVito, the senior linebacker, was up to the challenge.
Well, Don Brown, their defensive coordinator, can't say enough about Steele DeVito and how good his play has come. And it looks like DeVito may have gotten there a little early, but a nice play in the ball by Steele DeVito and saves the touchdown.
There's Don Brown, always great to visit with BC's defensive coordinator. Spent some time with Ralph Friedgen at Maryland. Inverted bone now with Hunt. He's got Adonis Amin Moore and Clay Cleveland and Jerome Smith.
Timeout, Boston College.
And now
first charge timeout I have with his second
Boston
timeout.
College has used the timeout here, and Steve Addazio, the 54-year-old native of Farmington, Connecticut, in his first year at BC. Athletic director Dr. Brad Bates hired him last year. And boy, it'd be hard to top the effort he's given here in year one at Chestnut Hill.
Oh, it's been incredible. Not only does he teach these men how to play better football, but he makes them into better human beings. He is all about pride in your school, making your university better, and then not only developing the football player, but developing the man and his character. Can't say enough good things about what he's doing there at Boston College. Interesting to see how the strategies played out. When we talk to these head coaches, one coach was pretty physical in practice, had the players lifting weights. Scott Schaefer, Syracuse was still pushing. Steve Adazio said, my team's a little beat up. They brought in the masseuses. They laid off the contact. Said Andre Williams was not hit all week in practice. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out in the second half of a physical football game like this.
Well, and here is 3rd and goal for Syracuse. They are 2 for 4 on 3rd down, and they've converted both the thirds by running the ball. And they got 3rd and goal off the 5 now.
Couple times this season, George McDonald has gotten very creative in these types of situations. We'll see what he dials up here.
George Morris, Devontae McFarland in the backfield. And here is Hunt. And he'll keep it and be dropped by Pierre Lewis at about the 2. So Kevin Pierre Lewis, the senior linebacker. Brian Mahal at the end there to make the play. Well, Mahalik does a good job closing the gap, and then Pierre Lewis wrapped him up.
And they did a nice job slow playing Terrell Hunt there. They still had the pitch man had he have pitched it. And here we got Scott Schaefer. No surprise. This is a man who takes risks. He's very aggressive. He's going to go for it on 4th down. He knows he's got to get ahead of Boston College in this football game, because Boston College and their style of offense doesn't do well playing from behind.
That's Cleveland in motion. Give us to Smith, and he won't get there. BC makes the play. Pierre Lewis, the first guy there for the Eagles. And Syracuse turned away for a 3rd time in plus territory, and for the 2nd time in a red zone.
Well, you got to question the play call here. Pretty simple play for a big physical team like Boston College to stop. When you have a quarterback like Terrell Hunt who can throw it and run it, maybe you get him out on the perimeter where he has that option. May have been a better play call.
So BC now, with Andre Williams hemmed up so far in the ball game, takes over at its 4. And Williams the lone setback.
Well, we promised you a physical football game. It has delivered thus far.
Yep. Reddick hands to Williams. And boy, he got hammered out in space by Jeremy Wilkes, the strong safety. Man.
This is the difference. When you get Andre Williams' shoulders turned towards the sidelines, you can tackle him like that in a one-on-one situation. When his shoulders are square to the line of scrimmage and he's coming downhill, we've seen him run over free safeties in that same situation.
Loss of 1 for Williams.
Syracuse continues to get Andre Williams sideways. On that particular play, they had 9 people in the box. Steve Adazio is going to have to rely on Chase Reddick to make some plays with his arm today.
4 carries, -2 yards for Williams. Play action, Reddick. Flags down. Reddick throws. Caught. Out in space, C.J. Parsons. At the 18-yard line, stretched all the way out to hauled in, but a flag down and David Epperly's crew to visit. And here's our referee.
Offside on the defense, number 35. Penalty is declined, result of the play, 1st down.
Dyshawn Davis, the linebacker, in the 2nd penalty of the ball game against the Orange.
We wondered how Dyshawn Davis got back in the backfield so quick. Very nice throw there by Chase Reddick, and an even better catch by C.J. Parsons. Boston College does a lot to train their tight ends to disguise play action.
That's just the 7th catch of the year for Parsons. Reddick again, wide open downfield. And Mike Naples is loose in Syracuse territory to the 27th. Jeremy Wilkes makes the tackle, but 2 play-action passes here by Boston College have paid big dividends.
You know, when you're loading up the box to stop Andre Williams, the play-action pass is there, and these tight ends do such a nice job disguising their routes, making it look like they're trying to get down to a safety and block them when they're actually going out for a pass. Another nice throw by Chase Reddick.
Reddick, 4 of 6, 93 yards. Play action again. Reddick tries to shoot it underneath to Sinkovich and does for just a couple of yards. So all of a sudden, play action in the bootleg game, Brian.
Well, absolutely. And here you go. Watch the tight end as he's going to sneak out and get wide open here up the middle of the field. And notice the offense. Look at all the guys in the box there. And he is wide open, and Chase Reddick does a nice job. Sometimes when you get a guy that open, you tend to overthrow the football. Reddick been very efficient and accurate with the football this year. Makes a very nice throw.
We thought the Orange defensive coordinator, Chuck Bulla, would put most of Central New York in the box early, and he did. And that's why the play action and bootleg game.
Look at it right now just on this play.
Yep.
Look at all the guys loaded in the box.
Williams in the backfield, busted play. Reddick went the wrong way, and the whistle's blow. And I think, did we have a timeout? We did. Steve Adazio.
Boston College, their second charge timeout of the half, 30-second timeout.
Got the timeout punch, so they'll go over and huddle around the former head coach of the Temple Owls. He won 13 of 24 games in Philadelphia, and then told us a couple of weeks ago, look, Boston College was a job that I wanted because of all the things it brought to the table. He was a Northeast guy. Faith incredibly important to he and his family, and he wanted the message that the student athlete had at Boston College to be part of the football program.
He certainly did. He wanted to go to a place where it meant something to be a member of that school. He absolutely loves his job, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see how Syracuse responds right now to the play action pass of Boston College. Look for them to start to soften up that box a little bit, which could set loose Andre Williams on the running game.
Well, so BC's burned 2 timeouts, though, here, Jen, in the first quarter of play.
Well, and it's interesting, too, isn't it, guys? Everybody thinks Andre Williams is the only thing when it comes to BC, but they're proving otherwise. Ryan Day, their offensive coordinator, told me guys like Jake Sinkovic, number 41, the fullback, and Mike Naples, the tight end who just had that big catch, are a big part of what we do. Their versatility, their blocking, and their chance to make some big catches.
No question. Here's Williams sweeping to the left side, patching out in front. Williams around the corner, and Andre Williams. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, Boston College and Andre Williams. The 17th rushing score of the year for the senior Williams. A 27-yard run. And Boston College goes 96 yards in 5 plays and 2:13.
The previous play is under further review. Ruling on the field is touchdown.
We'll see if the Williams touchdown stands after the review. But, Brian, they run, what, 3-4 play action plays, and then all of a sudden a sweep from the shotgun.
We just mentioned during the timeout that it's going to soften the box when you have that much success in the play action. Hard to see if his left foot may have gone out of bounds. From that angle, looks to be a touchdown. Couldn't see if his right foot was on the white line or not.
Well, the ruling on the field, of course, was a score. The right foot is just shy of the goal line, then it hits the pylon as he cut the corner of the end zone. It'll be interesting to see how they disseminate all that information. And you see David Epperly upstairs, Scott Schaefer trying to litigate a thought or two as he's on the headset. If it stands, Williams will have his 17th rushing score of the year.
Right there, Desir hits him, and again, that just showcases the strength of Andre Williams. You run into those big thighs. It's like a mosquito hitting the windshield of a truck.
The ruling on the field stands, touchdown.
So they go 5 plays, 96 yards in 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Now there's 3 trips into Boston College territory with 0 points for Syracuse offense are even more costly.
And Freeze. The point after is good. So our first points of the day here at the Carrier Dome come courtesy of a Andre Williams 27-yard touchdown run. And on the day now, 24 yards on his first 5 carries.
We keep talking about the athleticism of this offensive line. Watch these guys seal the edge for Andre Williams on this. There's Matt Patchen out here on the edge, blocking a defensive back, puts him right on his back, hits a safety as well, frees up Andre Williams. Matt Patchen, 77, is 6'7", 300 pounds. Here he is right here. Look at the athleticism. He puts one defensive back on his butt, hits another safety, knocks him over, and there's Andre Williams. Got nothing but daylight going into the end zone. Incredible athleticism shown by the big men up front. They don't get enough credit for the success of number 44 for Boston College.
Well, Jen, you said it. Jen, you said at the top, not a lot of kumbaya about Andre Williams because of the team that has been built by Steve Adazio, particularly those 5 guys up front. We're talking about Patchen, the transfer from Florida, 19 starts. Vidaro, the redshirt junior at guard, 31 starts. Gallop, the center, 26 starts. And Brisley Esteen will touch a knee. Ian White makes his 34th start of the day. Harris Williams is the right guard, is making just his 12th start. But they got a veteran group up front, and look at the move that Andre Williams is making now into the top 10 on the single-season list.
Very impressive. And when you look at the other competitors for the Heisman Trophy, and most people, they have Winston from Florida State, they've got A.J. McCarron at Alabama, and then they've got Andre Williams. You can't put, if you put A.J. McCarron's numbers side by side with Andre Williams, in my opinion, Andre Williams' numbers way more impressive.
Yep. Williams now closing in on 2,100 yards with 7 touchdowns. Morris is coming to the ball game and running back. Here's Ashton Broyle, and Syracuse trying to answer now as Terrell Hunt has had some success throwing the ball on the perimeter. Pierre Lewis makes the stop for the Eagles. Ashton Broyle, the guy to keep an eye on, sophomore. Henrietta, New York, converted quarterback, has had a nice year. Hunt's 8 of his first 13 today. And now here is Morris, the young man from Metro Atlanta. They faked it to him, and Hunt kept it on the left side. And Terrell Hunt out to the 44-yard line. Good read play here by Hunt.
A fantastic fake, and then obviously shows off his size. Fantastic move, gains a first down for his team, and this offense has got to get consistent. They have moved the ball very well, but not able to put any points on the board yet.
Smith has come back in the ball game with Hunt. BC bringing pressure. Hunt's pass deflected away. At the line of scrimmage, looked like he was trying to go downfield to Christopher Clark. The umpire, Rich McMahon, got knocked down on the play in a collision with Stephen Daniels, the linebacker.
We talked about the confidence of Terrell Hunt early. He's a young quarterback. He didn't even start the season as starting quarterback. He earned the job after the first couple of games.
Second in the full 10. Here's Hunt keeping. And close to a first down for Terrell Hunt as he breaks midfield. It'll be 3rd and 2. Daniels and Steele DeVito. 2 of those 3 big linebackers.
A big hit there by Stephen Daniels. But look, Terrell Hunt, that's a big boy himself. We've seen him run over some guys. He is obviously a threat to run the football. And if you do not put a spy on him in these shotgun empty back situations, he will make you pay for it.
5 wide look, 3 right, 2 left here for Hunt. And a timeout taken by Syracuse in the final half minute of this opening period.
Syracuse. Their second charge timeout of the half will be a 30-second timeout.
Scott Schaefer and his group does it, but the BC marker belongs to Andre Williams, who got stymied here early.
He certainly did. Syracuse did a nice job of getting penetration and causing Andre Williams to have to go sideways instead of north and south as a downhill run on the edge. But after a few successful play-action passes, they softened up the box, and this is what Andre Williams can do. Some people have tried to criticize the speed of Andre Williams. They've obviously not watched enough tape. Andre Williams has fantastic speed in the open field. He's broken runs of 50 or more. His longest run of the year is 80 yards.
And Jan Williams got his touchdown, but he's hanging around his friends again over there.
Well, he loves that offensive line, as you can imagine, but something to keep an eye on, guys. He may not be getting contact in practice. He has already seen an awful lot of it early in this game. A couple series ago, I saw him come to the sideline after a big hit, kind of shake his head, hands on his knees. So let's see how he holds up. He usually is pretty strong in that 4th quarter.
Yep, 3rd and short here, and Terrell Hunt converts the first down for Syracuse. And the 4th straight possession, the Orange had moved into plus territory. Josh Keyes makes the tackle for Don Brown's defense.
And Don Brown's got to be getting frustrated because right now Terrell Hunt is hurting them with his legs.
Syracuse has hit 50%, and now Hunt keeping again. Wow, pretty big collision there with Kasim Edebali before Connor Wojak makes the stop for Boston College. Hunt and Edebali now is quite a matchup. Kasim Edebali, 91 for Boston College, a highly thought of 250-pound redshirt senior from Germany at defensive end. Making his 38th career start here today for the Eagles. That'll get us to touchdown. And a 7-0 lead for the Orange, or for the Eagles, and the Orange will have it. Second down and 4 as we start period number 2. Syracuse has scored 33 of their total points, 33% of their total points, Brian, in the second period of the regular season.
They had 3 opportunities to score points in the first quarter and failed on every one of them.
Hunt breaks away from Pierre Lewis, and Terrell Hunt keeps his feet. And we'll have the Orange first down to the 27 of Boston College. Bryce Jones, the corner, after KPL whipped in the backfield on Terrell Hunt.
Earlier in the season, they didn't take advantage as much of Terrell Hunt's running ability. Look at his athleticism here. He has broken several tackles already today and gotten multiple first downs for his football team. They've moved the ball very well so far in the first half. Just come up short once they get in the red zone.
Boston College has been outscored 86-55 in this period. Hunt out the back door, and that is the tight end Paris. Josh Paris makes the catch in front of Dominique Williams. The Orange were right around the goal line in their last possession, in part because of this throw to Esteen.
Huge play by Esteen, but then they got into the side of the 10, and Boston College pulled up, and on 4th down and goal, BC gets a huge stop, and the drive before Syracuse missed a field goal. Come up short each and every time into Boston College territory.
Second down and 3, and Jerome Smith to the left side, and will be just short of the first down mark. Stephen Daniels has already made a handful of tackles, wearing jersey 52 for Boston College. So it will be 3rd and a yard for BC.
Last time they tried to go to Jerome Smith in this scenario on 4th and goal, he wasn't able to pick it up. We'll see if they dial him up again.
They're 3rd and 6, 3 of 6 on 3rd down. All of them have been converted by running the ball. And they'll try that here, and Smith has the first down to the 16. So Syracuse, who was 11th in the ACC, 98th nationally, and 12th in conference play in 3rd down conversions, has gotten off to a pretty good start in that category here today.
They certainly have, and I like what they've done. They've gotten the ball to their playmakers, Ashton Broyld and Brissy Esteen, in space. They could use their athleticism. They've run the ball with Jerome Smith pretty well, but then they've also utilized Terrell Hunt, spread the field out, create a mismatch, and allow him to run the ball himself, and he's chewing these linebackers up.
Hunt shoots it to Cornelius, and he can't hold on. Al Lewis-Jean makes the hit for Boston College. Boy, sophomore from Brockton, 1 of 10 kids, makes a huge hit on Alvin Cornelius here.
I mean, take a look. If you want to see textbook defensive back play right there, great tackle, gets his arms wrapped right around where the ball would be and knocks it loose.
So the 12th play of the drive for the Orange. Second in the full 10 off BC 16. And Hunt now will tuck and run. And Terrell Hunt picks up about 8, almost 9 on second down. Connor Wojak makes the play, the defensive tackle from West Caldwell, New Jersey.
When we talked about leaving a spy behind, when Terrell Hunt doesn't like what he sees downfield, he will take it and run. There they had Stephen Daniels watching him, but Terrell Hunt is so shifty.
66 yards on 9 first-half carries for Terrell Hunt. 3rd and 2. Saw the number 14 offensive plays in the red zone there in the first half. And this is Smith. And trying to get the pile moving is Jerome Smith. And if he reaches the 5, he certainly has it, and it looks like he does. Another 3rd down conversion on the ground for Syracuse and the junior Jerome Smith.
I'll tell you what, plays like this never make the ESPN highlights, but look at this. This is just a thing of beauty. You get a bunch of men there at the line of scrimmage smashing each other. Jerome Smith doesn't stop his legs from moving, picks it up.
So now first and goal for the Orange. Here they go again. 4 trips to plus territory. Second straight trip into the red zone. 14th play of the drive coming up. Orange started off their own 25. And now a timeout taken.
Syracuse.
That's their last one of this first half.
Tough decision. Doesn't look like Scott Schaefer's too happy right now, but look for Syracuse to possibly get Terrell Hunt out of the pocket where he's got the option to run and throw.
And Schaefer and David Epperly, he didn't want to call the time. I think he's asking about the play clock. After everybody got lined up, I think Schaefer has a question about the play clock being reset. They'll talk to the back judge, and I don't think the first-year head coach of the Orange is much going to like the explanation here by Epperly. Terrell Hunt, his career-high rushing is 92 yards. He's got 66 here in this first half, and Don Brown is about to chew through a steel beam around the Eagles there, Brian.
I'll tell you what, that is intense. You do not want to be in that huddle right now with Don Brown. He is not happy, and he knows his defense has given up a lot of yards, but they've been very good here in the red zone. But they're getting chewed up right now on the ground by Terrell Hunt, the quarterback.
Yep. I'll tell you that the mantra of these programs is impressive. It's based on discipline, hard work, effort, things like that. We've seen both of them a handful of times in this second half of the season. And both coaches have done outstanding jobs in their first years at their respective schools. First and goal, and the carry into the end zone. George Morris is short. He got knocked down. It looked like he was going to squirt through. But the redshirt freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia, outside of Atlanta, almost got the equalizer.
This is just solid, hard running here by George Morris. Breaks the tackle there, slips away, and Steele DeVito finally gets him down. This is one of those black and blue type football games. These guys are going to be limping after the fourth quarter here.
Adonis Amin Moore, Morris, and Clay Cleveland in motion for Terrell Hunt. Fakes the toss, loops it to the end zone, and it's caught. Josh Paris, the touchdown for the Orange.
No surprise here. They get Terrell Hunt on a boot with the option to run or throw. They come after him. He's got his tight end wide open. Very nice touch put on the ball there. Huge touchdown there for Syracuse to answer the bell and tie up the football game with this extra point if they can make it.
Ryan Norton to try the point after.
There's no guarantees with Ryan Norton this season. He's had a tough one. He's their backup kicker.
And the kick is good, and the game locked up at 7. Terrell Hunt's 9th passing score of the year to tight end Josh Paris. Rivalry weekend, we've got college football and some ACC, SEC matchups. Florida State, Florida, Wake Forest, Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech at Georgia, Clemson, South Carolina later tonight. Here at the Carrier Dome, we've rekindled an old Northeast rivalry that dates all the way back to October of 1924, by the way, with Syracuse and Boston College. And the kick will go over the head of Miles Willis and skip out right in front of the pylon. How about that? Boston College is going to get the ball at its 35.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
Well, Syracuse defense will take the field, and our hardy star to watch is the middle linebacker of the Orange, Brian.
Marquise Sproul, so talented. He's only 217 pounds, but he is very fast. You see 13 tackles for loss. He can sack. He's also very good at pass coverage.
And Andre Williams with Chase Reddick in the backfield. Reddick now moving some guys around here on 1st and 10. tied at 7. Williams trying to sweep to the right side, and a flag will be thrown. And I believe we're going to get a cut block on Ian White. As David Epperly will tell us. It's called a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 62. Penalty is declined. Second down.
So they'll take the loss on the play of 4 yards.
Well, we just saw, again, Syracuse defense getting good penetration, getting Andre Williams sideways. That's commanded by this man, Marquise Sproul. He's the one who gets him lined up correctly, makes the calls. He's also the emotional leader of this defense. And coming into this football game, they were very upset at all the attention. They knew, hey, look, this kid's going to come into our house and try and win the Heisman. So there's a big chip on the shoulder of this defense. They haven't allowed a rusher over 100 yards all season long.
6 carries, 20 yards, and the Boston College touchdown for Williams. Reddick, little delay, and Williams back to the original line of scrimmage at a yard more before Jay Bromley makes the stop for the Orange. And we get a look at our Toyota key players.
Well, the timing couldn't be any more perfect, because we're going to talk about Jay Bromley. Another one, very emotional, intelligent guy in that defensive line, but he is very disruptive on the opposite of line of scrimmage. The leader in sacks for this football team. A big man in the middle. This is a huge down here for Boston College. They do not do well in third and long situations.
Bromley also playing in his final game at the Carrier Dome. Senior from Jamaica, Queens. Reddick on third and long, and almost intercepted, and it is. Cameron Lynch. Cameron Lynch's second interception of the year.
We talked about the pride of this defensive unit. They're beat up. This injury report for this football team is a mile long, and look at the plays they're making defensively, rallying around Cameron Lynch with fantastic concentration there. He has it in his hands initially, misses the initial catch, but maintains concentration and comes up with a huge turnover. Right after his offense just came away with a touchdown, Terrell Hunt's confidence at quarterback is sky high.
Orange in midfield now for Hunt. Had a volley with pressure and tried to loop it out to Smith and overthrew him incomplete. So Terrell Hunt, who's having a really good day running the ball, about 70 yards on the ground, and threw the touchdown pass of a yard to Paris to tie the ball game on the Orange last possession. 2nd and 10 for Hunt, who's 7th in the league in completion percentage. Only throws for about 118 yards a game, but Brian, they continue to make plays for him.
Well, it's like what Scott Schaefer said, don't try to be who we're not, be who we are.
Inside, Ashton Boyle on the route. First down toward the BC 31. 19-yard throw from Terrell Hunt.
And this plays a great example of what Scott Schaefer told us. Be who we are, not who we're not. Terrell Hunt does his best with quick reads here, shorter intermediate throws, puts it right on the money to Ashton Boyle with running room, taking advantage of that zone defense of Boston College.
George Morris in the game as they give it to him out of the pistol. And Morris, boy, good run by George Morris, about 7 yards on first down.
Well, George Morris is filling the role of Prince Tyson Gully, who's injured, and sometimes that's a benefit because George Morris has got the freshest legs in this football team right now, and he's showcasing that.
Well, you're right, because Gully had 79 carries, Smith 166, Morris only had 61 carries coming into the game. He and Devontae McFarland only 102 combined on the year. Pass is low, but caught by the tight end Paris for a couple of yards. And it is going to be about a yard, half yard shy of the first down for Syracuse. So the Orange walk themselves back into 3rd and short again. They're 5 of 8 in that department here today in the first half.
Well, it's interesting because we've done a lot of Syracuse games this season, and we've seen them try to do things that are outside of the abilities of these players offensively. Today, they've stuck to what they're good at, and they've moved the ball very well here in the first half, despite only having 7 points to show for it.
That's Cleveland in motion. They're going to hand the ball to Morris. Right side goes Morris. First down for Syracuse to the 18. Esprita makes the tackle in corner, but Syracuse is kind of dictating tempo here today.
Well, it's interesting. This is the counter play. This is what Boston College loves to run. They're running it right back at them. And a touchdown saving tackle there by number 21, Manuel Espria for Boston College.
And it's Morris again off the read option. And inside the 15 to the 13. Apia, Dominique Apia, the defensive tackle, makes the tackle for Boston College.
This is where Syracuse is at their best. It's not a traditional up-tempo offense, but they're not huddling. They're spreading you out, run the ball effectively, where you have to also account for Terrell Hunt as a running back.
And one more good for Morris. And he'll come up, I believe, short of the first down. Steele DeVito was the first guy to get there wearing the gold helmet for the Eagles. All of a sudden, another third down for Syracuse.
And we mentioned the fact that Syracuse is playing with their backup kicker, Ryan Norton, who struggled at times in the season. He's already missed one today. This third down becomes vital for Syracuse.
Jerome Smith come back in the ball game. The Orange 6 of 9 on third down. Jeremiah Corbino, the wide receiver to the right, give it to Jerome Smith. And going to depend on the spot here. He had to get to the 9, I believe, to achieve the first down. Rudolph and DeVito made the play for BC. And a flag down, too, in the middle of that stack. And Jerome Smith is shaken up on the play for the Orange. And David Epperly to tell us about the marker.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
While they tend to Jerome Smith. Boy, an unforced error on the personal foul against BC. And Ryan Norton working on the stroke in the net.
Couldn't be different on each sideline. You got Ryan Norton, who's been a little bit erratic this season. On the opposite side for Boston College, Nate Freese has been perfect in field goals.
Yep.
This game's going to come down to the kicker. Boston College has a tremendous advantage.
Cornelius and Esteen to the far side. Here to the near side is Funderburk and also Christopher Clark. And now Boston College timeout. You can tell by watching the ball game today how cherished and valued each of these possessions are. Schaefer and Syracuse are out of timeouts, and now BC has followed. Snowy Saturday in central New York, and we're locked up at 7. The great Ernie Davis, of course, won the Heisman Trophy 1961, died of leukemia at the age of 23. It's right outside the Carrier Dome. If you get an opportunity to come up here and visit, now with the Orange in the ACC, you can see they put a piece of gauze in the nostril of Jerome Smith, and George Morris gets the Orange touchdown, his first rushing score of the year. Back-to-back touchdown drives now for Schaefer and the Orange.
Prince Tyson Gully, their normal third down and faster back can't play, and George Morris is taking advantage and having a heck of a ball game himself.
4-yard touchdown run by Morris puts Syracuse in front for the first time today. 9 plays, 50 yards, and 3:23. And the point after by Norton is good. Syracuse has run 24 plays to Boston College's 3 to take a 14-7 lead at the Carrier Dome. Thanksgiving weekend on the campus of Syracuse University, and the Orange have taken a 14-7 lead on the first rushing score of the year for Lawrenceville, Georgia's George Morris II. And we'll get word from Jen in a moment as they look over the redshirt sophomore quarterback Terrell Hunt. But the Orange with the touchdown lead. Hunt has accounted for 187 total yards in this first half. Kicked by Norton on a dead line to Miles Willis at about the 2. Willis. And Miles Willis taken down at about the 27-28-yard line in time for this week's Direct Auto Insurance coverage of the game. And the interception by Cameron Lynch. An excellent candidate, Brian.
A huge play by Cameron Lynch here. Look at the concentration to come down with that interception. And look at how fired up this Syracuse team is. You can tell right now how bad these guys want to go to a bowl game, and that interception led to a touchdown for Syracuse in their last possession.
And the ball control and domination in time of possession. Better than 11 minutes in advantage for Syracuse and 31 more plays than Boston College. And Andre Williams to the left side and nowhere to run. Michael Robinson, the defensive end. After Zen Jones, the big 300-pound senior from Los Angeles, looked like he rerouted Andre Williams here. Penetration is such key there. Micah Robinson grabs him up nicely when his shoulders are turned and not square to the line of scrimmage. And again, Syracuse defense playing with great gap discipline, everybody doing their job, causing Andre Williams to have to move sideways before he can hit the hole. Got a yard, or lost a yard. And Reddick on 2nd and long, incomplete to Amadon. And the pressure was coming from Michael Robinson on Chase Reddick there, Jen.
And a lot of the Syracuse defensive pressure starts with that line in Jay Bromley, number 96 West. You know, this is a guy, senior day today, you guys were talking about him, and he told me to think about where he's come from, to be a kid coming out of high school where he said, nobody wanted me, no scholarship offers when he graduated. Syracuse didn't recruit him, but they offered him in June, and now a leader for the Syracuse defense with a big job today.
Trying to get him to a bowl game. Willis in the backfield with Reddick. BC hitless on 3 third-down tries today. Deep drop. Reddick incomplete to Willis. And it's 3 and out for the 3rd time in 5 possessions of this first half for Steve Addazio's offense.
Well, this is not what they like to do. They don't generally have to depend on Chase Reddick and his arm to win games. But number 93, Micah Robinson, he beats Matt Patchen there to apply the initial pressure. Micah Robinson is having one heck of a football game so far in this first half.
Richie Desir waits on the punt of Nate Freeze. And it's a wobbly kick. Not a very good one, out of bounds near the 45 of the Orange. And Terrell Hunt in the Orange, well, they'll mark it in midfield. Another good start of field position for the Orange, who lead by a touchdown. On Boston College.
This is a huge opportunity for Syracuse offense. As we've seen from Boston College offensively already, they have trouble passing the ball effectively. You can get up 2 touchdowns this team going into halftime.
Out on first down. Shoots it, and this is Jeremiah Kobina. Inside the 35 to the 33 goes Kobina, the junior from Harlem, as Stephen Daniels and Bryce Jones make the tackle on a 17-yard play.
Well, I love what they do here. Get Terrell Hunt out of the pocket, give him half the field to make his reads. He finds the open man and delivers a nice, accurate pass. He's having one of the best games of the season so far for Terrell Hunt.
Pistol set for Hunt. This is Morris trying to get to the near side, and boy, got hemmed up. Maybe a yard, maybe not. Pierre Lewis, the linebacker, fighting through. KPL comes in with 91 tackles right behind Steele DeVito. The 3 linebackers, I mean, you talk about teams that promote themselves as having really good linebackers that make tackles. Very few statistically deliver. BC delivers.
Well, both of those guys, Steele DeVito and Kevin Pierre Lewis, are going to close in on 100 tackles for the season today. Would not surprise me if they hit that in the 3rd or 4th quarter.
KPL's got 98 on the season with 7 already unofficially in the first half. And straight ahead, Jerome Smith gets back to the original first down spot, I think, and it'll be 3rd and very long. Sean Sylvia, the free safety, down in the box to make the play against Smith.
And a lot of heart being shown by Sean Sylvia, number 19 for Boston College. We know he's coming to this game talking to the coaching staff. He is very beat up. Found a way to play today rather than sit out.
Orange are 7 of 10 on 3rd down. This is 3rd in the full 10. McFarland, Morris, and Smith in the inverted wishbone, and Hunt on play action. Downfield and caught. Syracuse. Out of nowhere, they get pitched at Darrell Eskridge. It is the corner.
Not the first time Darrell Eskridge, their free safety, has come in on offense. He's been hitting the coaches up for more snaps on offense all season long.
And now we get a stop and a penalty marker down, and we got what not and what foreign between BC and Syracuse on who moved first.
I'll tell you, emotions are running high. You can see just how much this game matters to both teams.
How about Schaefer and offensive coordinator George McDonald sneaking Darrell Eskridge on the field?
You got to give them a lot of credit today for what they've done offensively.
The ball has not yet been made ready for play. First down.
Darrell Eskridge, who's had a big year with 4 picks in the secondary, redshirt sophomore Miami, hauling this in.
And they've snuck him in an offense a couple times this season. They said he's always in their ear trying to play both ways. The kind of athlete he is.
Here's Jerome Smith on first down, trying to get outside and cannot. Slip outside. Brian Mahalik, the defensive end on the right side. Mahalik, 283-pound junior on a 6'9" frame. That's the other thing that catches your eye about Adazio's squad is just how big Boston College is. Look at them.
Jerome Smith is a huge man, and he was just dwarfed there by Brian Mahalik. Collapsed like an accordion. You talk about a physical ice bath type of game. This is the kind of game where this entire team, both sides, are going to be an ice bath after.
Ashton Broad on the back end of that throw from Hunt inside the 10 to the 8.
And we've seen it several times now for Terrell Hunt. They've simplified the game a little bit. Play action, roll them out, give him just half the field to read, 2 or 3 routes being run. He can go through that much quicker. This is a young, inexperienced quarterback who's had a very good day thus far. Credit George McDonald and his play calling for that.
Inside the final 2 minutes of this first half, and another red zone trip for the Orange. Hunt will keep it this time and dive. It'll be marked. It'll be a first down. It'll be first and goal just inside the 2 of Boston College.
Now Terrell Hunt's upset because he tripped over his own guy before he can get in the end zone. He tripped over the center, Mackie McPherson there. This dome is going to erupt if Syracuse can go up by 2 scores here.
McGinn McFarland got hit on the button, did not get in. Devontae McFarland, a redshirt freshman at 200 pounds out of Wheatley Heights, New York.
Watch here, they run the option. Terrell Hunt cuts it up the middle, and he trips over the center, Mackie McPherson. Other than that, no one would have tackled.
Hunt will keep and score. Fifth rushing score of the year for Hunt.
They spread you out. The zone read here, Terrell Hunt. Several times we've seen him make very nice moves to break tackles, and Terrell Hunt is red hot right now.
9 plays, 50 yards, and 356. And Norton to add the point after. The kick is away and good. So Terrell Hunt has had a marvelous first half here for the Orange.
Can't say enough what George McDonald has done to come up with play calling that fits the talents of Terrell Hunt. Here, empty backfield, the design quarterback draw, and he can showcase not only is he big and fast, but look at the moves and his ability to break tackles. They're going to have to teach him how to slide someday, but it's not going to be in this football game where they're fighting to get into a bowl game. He is eating up Boston College defense right now, and he's got Don Brown, their defensive coordinator, furious over there.
Brian, he's got 236 yards of total offense. He's 15 of 23 for 163. The touchdown pass to Paris, the tight end. He's kept the ball 11 times on the ground for 73 yards, and now a rushing score.
Well, you know, Scott Schaefer told us, we're not going to try to be who we are not offensively. And we've seen them call plays that are right inside the talent of Terrell Hunt. Him running the football, getting out of the pocket, throws over the middle.
Three 3 straight touchdown drives, by the way, for the Orange.
They found a way to move the football and really develop this offense around the talents of their quarterback, who emerged after the 3rd game of the season.
Well, and defensively, they've really answered the bell.
Without a doubt.
And Norton just going to skip this one up in the air. And the Eagles will fair catch it. And BC does it in the person of Mike Strezak, the linebacker. And with 1:09 to go, Boston College out of timeouts, and our charter high-speed internet hit of the game are all of these orange hats getting around the running of Andre Williams, and then BC's had their share too.
Just a physical football game. Neither game plan is too complicated. These guys are lining up and seeing who's tougher.
Here's Reddick shooting for Amadon. And Alex Amadon can't hang on, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Rashard Anderson, redshirt senior, Miramar, Florida.
Just been very difficult for Boston College all season long to be a threat in the passing game. Alex Amadon is really their lone threat at receiver. They don't have a lot of guys that can stretch the field and give Chase Reddick a whole bunch of options. They rely solely on play action and catch you looking into the box at Andre Williams to get guys open.
2nd in the full 10 here for BC. Reddick off play action. And overthrows Amadon, and now markers come in from the back judge. This might be pass interference on Syracuse. David Epperly having to calm things down around the line of scrimmage. And here is our referee today, is assigned by the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Holding on the defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Brandon Reddish, the corner. Meanwhile, today, Andre Williams has been contained with the exception of the touchdown run that went 27 yards. The rest of it, Brian, has been hard work.
Well, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. Talking about a defense here who's held opponents to under 100 yards all season long. And here at home, no single rusher has rushed for over 75 yards inside this dome this season.
Yep. Only 3 yards after contact by Williams today as well. One of his calling cards in this record-breaking season. Another long play-action boot. Amadon the catch. Out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. And Reddish, the corner. More play action out of Boston College, and that time the deep shot to Amadon.
Well, first Brandon Reddish gets called with holding. And look at the pressure and the hit that Chase Reddick takes, but delivers a beautiful pass to Alex Amadon, who smartly realizes he's not going to score and carries Reddish out of bounds to stop the clock as Boston College is out of timeouts.
52-yard throw. Reddick to his right. Pressure coming now, going to sail it back to the backside, and it's caught for the touchdown. C.J. Parsons. The schoolyard throwback pass from Chase Reddick to C.J. Parsons.
It looked like Micah Robbins was going to get there to defend the pass, but C.J. Parsons goes up and takes the ball away. What an incredible play there by Boston College.
So Reddick to Parsons, and all of a sudden, Boston College will get the kick to start the second half. Is a Nate Freeze point after from being a touchdown behind, and it's good. 71 yards in 3 plays in 40 seconds, and a 9-yard touchdown pass to C.J. Parsons for his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. And for Parsons, by the way, he's now got 8 catches on the season and 3 touchdowns.
Wow. Incredible play design by Ryan Day. And, you know, the play that set it all up, Alex Amadon, he's the only real wide receiver threat on the team. Everybody knows the passes are going to go to him, and they rely on play action. Look at the tight set here. They're going to make it look like it's a run here. Look at all the guys in the box, and Amadon is going to sneak out here and be wide open over the middle and beat Brandon Reddish. Perfect pass thrown by Chase Reddick. Watch the effort now to get out of bounds. Boston College had no timeouts left. That is a veteran move there by wide receiver Alex Amadon.
Reddick now 7 of 13, 155. And a touchdown. You know something, Brian, Jen, amazing. We came into the ball game talking about Andre Williams and Jerome Smith, and it's the quarterbacks who have dictated all the big plays in the ball game so far.
Certainly, we've seen a maturation process by Terrell Hunt and a great game plan by Syracuse, and we've seen Chase Reddick and his group of receivers and tight ends really step up here for Boston College and make some plays.
Boston College now with 179 yards of offense, only 24 yards of it on the ground.
It's going to be really interesting to see the second half, what Syracuse defense does if they soften the box at all.
Grizzly Esteem waved his guy off and brought it out to the 18-yard line. So with 34 seconds left and no timeouts, we'll see what Syracuse does, but another look at the TD.
It was such a long developing play, and Parsons, he delays for a minute before he releases out in that back corner. And Micah Robinson recognized it, but got there too late.
Boy, C.J. Parsons, redshirt junior from West Newton, Mass., a transfer from the Northeastern University program. And all of a sudden, he's got Boston College within a touchdown, and the Eagles set to get the kick to start the second half. Syracuse with 4 wide in the final 33 seconds. Hunt zips it across the far side. Alvin Cornelius to catch, but the clock will continue to run. 24 seconds here in this first half.
Syracuse has to be careful here. If they're going to try and take a shot, get the ball in the field goal, they have no timeouts. Don't throw an interception now and take too much risk.
Or if you throw one, throw it deep, right?
Exactly. Make it like a punt.
7 seconds left, and Hunt flush to his right, and he'll be sacked. And that will bring this first half to a close here at the Carrier Dome. It's not the script we thought that might play out here at the Carrier Dome, but boy, we've had some big plays. Stay tuned, highlights coming up. They lead BC 21-14 here at halftime. Team is already bowl eligible and trying to finish on an uptick. The other one trying to get bowl eligible. So it has been exactly what you thought you'd get with Boston College and Syracuse. And Terrell Hunt, the quarterback of the Orange, has got Syracuse.
Syracuse versus Andre Williams of Boston College. Not the case. Terrell Hunt comes out for Syracuse. He's hot. Hits a long pass. They get in the red zone, but they miss the field goal and come up empty. That's okay. Syracuse for them getting the ball back. They go for it on 4th and goal. Jerome Smith is stuffed. That was their 3rd trip into Boston College territory with 0 points. Boston College comes on the sweep to Andre Williams. Matt Patchen out front his tackle. And BC strikes first with the touchdown, despite a very quiet first half of Andre Williams. But Syracuse comes back. Terrell Hunt finds Paris, his tight end, wide open the end zone for a touchdown. Then the interception by Cameron Lynch. Look at the concentration. Gives Syracuse another chance. They go right down to George Morris. He takes it in the end zone for the 2nd straight touchdown for Syracuse. And then again, a nice drive, and Terrell Hunt takes it in himself. 3 unanswered touchdowns by Syracuse. Looks like they were going to close the half, but Chase Reddick comes up. Less than a minute to go. Hits Alex Amadon deep. He gets out of bounds. Boston College has no timeouts left. Then on the bootleg, Chase Reddick rolls right, throws all the way back across the field. Feels like the ball's in the air forever. And C.J. Parsons makes the catch. And who knows who has the momentum in the second half.
Well, Boston College is going to get the tie with a touchdown. But Terrell Hunt has been the star here so far in the first half of this ball game. He's thrown for 171 yards and run for another 63 as Miles Willis waits on the kick of Ryan Norton. The second half is underway here at the Dome. They'll check it short. Willis will scoop it up at the 19 and get back to the 30 before he took a big shot. Wayne Morgan, the number 2 on defense for Syracuse makes the play. Our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Syracuse, one of just 3 teams to not allow a 100-yard rusher this season. In fact, it's been 12 games. The regular season finale of a year ago against Temple was their last 100-yard rusher allowed. The former BC player Montel Harris, ironically. Ohio State and Wisconsin, the other 2 schools to not allow a 100-yard rusher through the course of the regular season. BC starts this possession off its 30, and here is Williams. And outside of the touchdown, his best forward run today of about 5 yards before Eric Kroom makes the stop. And Williams slow to get up, and you see the numbers today. Only 24 yards, and Williams is hurt. Andre Williams is hurt on his 9th carry, and he'll have to come out of the ball game. And Marquise Sproul also shaken up, and the Syracuse sports medicine folks, along with the head coach Scott Schaefer, have come out for a look at Sproul, the senior from Hillside, New Jersey.
Well, it's been this kind of football game, very physical, and anytime you come up to meet Andre Williams at the line of scrimmage, and you can see Sproul making a tackle while getting blocked at the same time. Tough situation there. Boy, nice tackle from behind by Kroom, but both guys bearing the brunt of that impact.
No question.
Well, head coach Steve Addazio said Andre Williams was very banged up. This is a man who's been carrying the ball 30 and 40 times a game over the last month. He had no contact this week in practice.
Well, it also speaks to the different approaches these 2 respective coaches had coming into the week as well. Syracuse a little more contact, physical nature, and Addazio, as you said in the first half, Brian, more of the leaner touch. Williams no contact. His team really no contact. In fact, they were trying to stay loose with massages and all sorts of things used by Steve Addazio to get his team ready here today.
Yeah, both teams are banged up. Look, it's the last game of the regular season. These are physical football teams. They are banged up, but Addazio brought in masseuses, went very low on the contact, practiced early in the morning to give his guys maximum recovery coming into this game.
Jen, what else can you tell us about Williams?
Well, Wes, I can just tell you what I've seen down here from Andre Williams, and that is when he came up, when he got up off the field, you could see he really seemed to be letting his right shoulder, his right arm hang down. He injured that right shoulder at Clemson on October 12th, and he also seemed to favor it a little bit when he took a big hit earlier in the game, so that's maybe something to keep an eye on with him.
All right.
You can see the frustration on his face. That's the look of an athlete dealing with a nagging injury.
Now, Miles Willis, the freshman from Marist in Atlanta, out of Conyers, Georgia, is a former All-State quarterback for Alan Chadwick's fine program there in the Atlanta area. We'll see how Willis spells, because remember, outside of Redding on the play action and bootleg game, Brian, BC's not had a lot of offensive momentum.
No, and Willis is a different back. He's hard to find back there.
Here he comes, sweeping to the near side. Miles Willis, and near a first down for Boston College. Marquez Hodge makes the tackle at linebacker for Syracuse. Hodge is plugged in with the injury to Sproul as they brought him here to the near side to check out Marquise Sproul.
Well, that's a huge loss for defensively for Syracuse as well. Sproul makes all their calls defensively, gets them lined up. He's their emotional leader, their best linebacker, and a great linebacking corps.
First down and 10. Willis will get it one more time, shoots up the gap. And almost 7 yards on first down. There is a flag across the way in front of the BC bench that's been dropped as Robert Welsh makes the tackle.
Well, Willis is smaller. He's not as fast at top-end speed as Andre Williams, though he is much quicker. And we've seen him make some very good plays this season. Look at the hole he has to run through. That's what this offensive line for Boston College does. They beat you up over the course of the game. They may not gain a whole lot of yards in the first half, but they've been very effective in the second half of football games.
So rather than take the run by Willis, the offside call will be enforced. So it will be first down and 5 on the 3rd penalty of the day against the Orange. And the difference is the down. Rather than being 2nd and 4, it's now 1st and 5.
Yeah, great decision there by Steve Addazio and Boston College. Sets his team up in a nice 1st and short situation.
Syracuse loads up the line again.
Chase running audibles and see what he calls.
Give Willis. Left side. Miles Willis slips through. He'll have the first down as he hits the 50-yard line. Arciniega, the linebacker, junior college transfer from Sparks, Nevada, makes the play.
Well, Matt Patch, number 77, leading the way here, showing off his athleticism. But this is the big difference between Miles Willis and Williams. Willis does well going sideways. He's shifty. He's quick. He can break tackles that way. He's not a downhill runner like Andre Williams is. When you get Andre Williams running sideways, he's far easier to tackle.
Quite the first down. Play action Reddick on second down. Chase Reddick will keep it here to the near side. First down and more for Reddick. And the Californian will step out of bounds at the Syracuse 34-yard line. And a Boston College first down, their second of the drive here.
Well, Chase Reddick hasn't lit up the stats this year with his passing. He hasn't had the opportunities, but he's made some great decisions there. Everybody was covered downfield. He picks up a huge first down in what is a crucial drive in the game. The first possession of the second half can dictate the pace of the rest of the game. So far, so good for Boston College.
16-yard run, first and 10 at the Orange 34.
Look at all these bodies in the box for Syracuse.
And this is Willis. Again, 6 yards on first down before Darius Kelly makes the play in the Orange secondary.
9 defenders in the box, and this offensive line still opens up a hole that wide for Miles Willis and gains that many yards on first down.
Andre Williams, the touchdown for BC, but right now, shaken up a moment ago with the right shoulder injury. Miles Willis, the feature back right now, 15 yards on 3 carries.
And maybe better going with the fresher legs. Andre Williams has got a ton of mileage on him this season so far, and he's banged up in this game.
Second down and 4. Reddick to Willis. And he'll be near another BC first down. Darius Kelly again, the safety, makes the play. Willis's elusiveness, Brian, maybe his best attribute right now.
Certainly, and behind this huge, everybody 300-pound offensive line, he's difficult to find if you're a linebacker. These guys collide at the line of scrimmage, and you can't see that smaller, shiftier running back there.
Well, and Willis, a freshman, playing with a veteran quarterback. Chase Reddick makes his 45th career start today for Boston College. Eagles trail a touchdown. First and 10, and Reddick steps out of Lynch's pressure, and now Chase Reddick down the far side and out of bounds. Cameron Lynch had him dead to rights, and Reddick was able to slip out of there.
You know, several times this season, Chase Reddick has been elusive back there, and what a missed opportunity for Cameron Lynch. Reddick wanted to get it deep to Mike Nabels, but he was covered well, and again, Chase Reddick takes advantage, makes a great decision to keep the ball, picks up his first down himself.
First and 10 at the 11 of Syracuse. BC's run it on all 7 plays. Not a pass attempt yet in this drive. Tyler Rouse has come in the ball game now, and this is Rouse to the right side. A young man from this area at Baldwinsville, New York, Tyler Rouse, picks up a couple of yards. Bromley and Kelly, Jen, make the stop on Rouse.
Well, I've been watching Andre Williams over here, Wes. At first, he was up there with running backs coach Al Washington trying to get in the game, trying to get his number called. Now he's over with the trainers. Helmet off and in his hand. I'll see if I can get an update for you guys.
Okay. Meanwhile, the combination of Miles Willis and Tyler Rouse. And Rouse, a young man who was shaken up early in the year with injury, has kind of fought his way back, but with what Williams has been doing, not many other guys have been toting the mail. Play action Reddick. Sinkovic the catch. And the touchdown for Boston College. Opening drive of the second half, and Chase Reddick dials his tight end, Jake Sinkovic, redshirt senior. And we're an extra point away from being tied.
Sinkovic has been a threat out of the backfield in these bootlegs all season long, and when you line up 9 people in the box that consistently, you're wide open to be taken advantage of on play action.
Williams heads to the locker room, a 9-play, 70-yard drive in 5 minutes.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown.
By the way, that was the only pass in the drive for Boston College. David Epperly wants to visit with the folks upstairs and look at the replay here on the Sinkovic score.
They're going to look to see if that knee was down before the ball crosses the line of scrimmage. Tough to see from that angle.
Looks like the ball breaks the plane before the knee hits, doesn't it?
Certainly does. It's going to be hard to overturn that. And Sinkovic looks to pick up his 3rd touchdown of the season. He's made a living catching these types of passes. You're talking about a guy who's only caught 9 balls on the season. 3 of them are touchdowns.
Boy, how about the play action in the bootleg game today? Not only for Boston College, but in terms of where the Eagles have been able to dial up big plays.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands, touchdown.
So there you have it. The 9-play touchdown drive is official. But now Nate Freeze will try and lock this game up at 21. But as we said at the top, the storyline of the 2 running backs, Williams certainly in his Heisman campaign bid, but Jerome Smith for Syracuse, and now it's become the play of the 2 quarterbacks, Reddick and Terrell Hunt. The point after good, and here in Central New York, we are tied. Jake Sinkovic's 3rd touchdown catch of the year has made it a 21-all game. Regular season, the finality of the season sets in. And both Syracuse and BC playing like it here today. The Orange trying to get bowl eligible. BC's already there, but looking for 5 straight wins and 6 of their last 7 to seal up the regular season. And boy, we got a good one now, Brian. 21-all after the touchdown drive. And here's a Steen taking the kick, and he will down it. He kind of dinked him a little bit. Got toward the goal line, then dropped to a knee, and he and David Epperly, the referee, having a quick conversation. So the Orange will play off its 25. And now can Terrell Hunt and Scott Schaefer's team maintain that momentum they had in half one? Certainly at one point, Syracuse offense scored 21 unanswered points. Boston College offensively was stifled. Now all of a sudden, the play-action pass for BC has caught some steam, and they are moving the football well. But Syracuse moved the ball well the entire first half. Cornelius and Ashton Boyle to the far side. Harris and Clark near side, and Jerome Smith will be the running back with Terrell Hunt, the quarterback. And this is Smith. Left side, the cutback lane is there. 15, make it 16 yards on 1st down for Jerome Smith. Sean Sylvia, the safety, comes up to make the stop. We've talked so much about Andre Williams in the second half. Jerome Smith has been a great second half back as well. Look at those big legs. When they spread you out in those shotgun spread formations, makes it very difficult to man up to those gap responsibilities and take down the big man, Jerome Smith. And now George Morris has come in to spell Smith. The Orange stay with the 2 receiver to either side look, and here's Morris from the read play, getting 9, almost 10 yards before Stephen Daniels makes the play. Brian, has Syracuse found the right button here to push to keep BC off balance? They really have. They're spreading them out. BC is very stout in their front 7 and good at stop and run, but when you spread them out and force them to account for Terrell Hunt as a running back, it makes it more difficult. And here's Cornelius, and he won't get there because Stephen Daniels got him right around the shoulders and flung him down. Alvin Cornelius, they're going to measure it here. We've got an Eagle player shaken up on the play. It looks like Aspria, who might be injured, but look at that. I'll tell you what, good luck to Cornelius trying to run through that. That's 250 pounds of Will linebacker riding your back right there. He'd do that to just about anybody. That's the biggest Will linebacker I think I've seen in my football history. Well, Stephen Daniels has 7 tackles today. He came in with 75 on the year, and that's the junior corner Manuel Aspria shaking up on the play for Boston College. He would be a tremendous loss for this defense if he can't return to play. He's one of their best athletes in the secondary and the guy they're counting on to cover Ashton Boyle and Bristly Esteem in the slot and some of their sub packages. Yep. And they've got to measure now after the play to see if Syracuse got the 1st down on the play with Cornelius. So the chains will be brought out here, and indeed they do have it on the catch by Cornelius. And here's Syracuse on the march, trying to equal the Boston College touchdown. 20th first down of the day for the Orange. And the thing about Syracuse is they've seen BC score 2 straight touchdowns. Remember the last one to end the first half, and the one a moment ago that started half number 2. And Hunt hands, and this is Terrell Hunt. No, kept it. Read option, faked it good to Morris that time, and Hunt slippery for about 6 or 7 yards, and the Orange are getting a lot of mileage out of that play.
I'll tell you what, George Morris has got to get more credit. He's carrying out his play fake very well, and every time 1 to 2 BC defenders are following him rather than Terrell Hunt.
Second down and 5, and this is Smith now. Backtracking and giving yards back, and he'll pay for it. Boy, C.J. Jones, the corner, in to fill Aspria's spot. Followed Jerome Smith all the way through traffic here. Boy, just another big collision.
Certainly did, and it started with 17. Bryce Jones extended the play, caused Jerome Smith to go east and west to the north and south, and C.J. Jones gets a big hit on the running back.
The Orange 9 of 12 on third down today. Devontae McFarland to the right of Hunt.
This would be a tremendous stop for Boston College's defense after their offense has scored 2 times straight.
There's Hunt, read option play, and McFarland tried to get to the right side. And Devontae McFarland has the first down. He fought through a lot of traffic, Brian, get to the far side before KPL and Stephen Daniels made the stop.
Well, Steve Adazio said at halftime they need to tackle better. Watch this. Bryce Jones, Justin Simmons, all missed tackles they need to make on McFarland. The first down for Syracuse.
10th third down conversion in 13 tries, and McFarland grinds out a yard or 2 before Kasim Adebali makes the stop. And Syracuse left tackle Matt Hickey slow to his feet out of that play. Big number 60 trying to get back square as a marker was also dropped on the play, and David Epperly to tell us about that here in a moment.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Just the second penalty of the day against the Eagles, but the Eagle linebackers have been a big part today, too.
They certainly have. Kevin Pierre-Lewis, so athletic there in space, tackling the tough-to-tackle Terrell Hunt. Steele DeVito saves a touchdown catch there. And Stephen Daniels, the Will linebacker, 250 pounds, has been fantastic against the run today. This is a hard-hitting, very disciplined crew of linebackers for Boston College.
And now they're getting the change sorted out. It should be 1st and 5 after the penalty. And it is at the 30-yard line. Well, after back-to-back touchdown drives, one to end the first half and one here to start half 2. Adazio's team now's got to hope they can keep Syracuse off the board. And procedure going to be called here, and that's on the junior college transfer Michael Lasker.
5-yard penalty, first down.
He just came in the ball game to replace the veteran Sean Hickey at left tackle.
Well, we just talked about these linebackers for Boston College. This is Steele DeVito causes this. He fakes the blitz there and gets the brand new tackle first play in, Michael Lasker, to jump off sides. Costly penalty for Syracuse, and right now they're still outside of their field goal range.
They slip it to Broyle, and the ball got knocked loose, and it is ruled incomplete. It was recovered by Dominique Williams after the hit by Bryce Jones, but the Orange may have dodged a bullet here. Let's get another look here.
Let's see the trajectory of the ball. If it's a forward pass, then that ball is dead when it hits the ground. Hard to see from there. That's the right call by the ref.
Yep. Just a step or 2, though, for Ashton Bull. That was pretty close. Here's Hunt on a little bootleg, and this is Paris rerouting. And down to the 26 goes Josh Paris. He'll be a yard and change shy of the first down. Jones Williams, and Williams make the stop for Don Brown's defense here.
Well, George McDonald has called one heck of a ball game, finding different ways of getting easy throws for Terrell Hunt first downs.
And Hunt will keep it on 3rd and short to convert yet again here for BC, or for Syracuse. And BC's seen Terrell Hunt do a myriad of things on converting these 3rd downs. Hunt is now 14 carries, 70 yards in the ball game.
Well, that's a huge first down now, too, because that gets them inside their kicker's field goal range.
Quick throw. This is Cornelius. And Morris couldn't help him much with the block out front. Stephen Daniels makes the play for Boston College. Well, the nature of these two teams has been compromised today by the fine defensive play the other guys shown.
It really has. It's caused these play callers to get creative, and we haven't seen Terrell Hunt have to go downfield with the football very often.
Out in the flat, this is Clark. And a marker thrown, 2 of them now. As Al Lewis-Jean made the stop. And we'll see what this is.
Holding on the offense. Number 1, 10-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
5 penalties, 35 yards today against the Orange. Yeah.
Great call. And to block a guy like Kevin Pierre-Louis, that's usually what you have to resort to if you're a wide receiver. But costly penalty. They just got that first down and got into field goal range. Coach Schaefer told us today, if you're beyond the 25-yard line, it's a little shaky on whether Ryan Norton can make it.
He's already missed today from 30. Now Hunt, 2nd and very long. And that is McFarland. Hit by DeVito after a yard or 2. Now it is 3rd and about 11 for the Orange.
Well, it's great talking to defensive coordinator Don Brown about Steele DeVito. He's talked so much about this young man, the improvements he's made. He said this is the most improved player on his defense. And Steele DeVito has made some tremendous plays here today.
12th play of the drive coming up. Syracuse is having its best day of the year on 3rd down. 11 of 14 of the Orange today. This will be quite a task to pick this one up, though. 3rd and 11. BC coming on the blitz. They pitch it to McFarland, and he won't get there. Kevin Pierre-Louis, Steele DeVito. The calling cards of the Boston College defense take McFarland down. And they're going to ask Ryan Norton now to give him a window here to try the field goal to give the Orange back the lead.
Look at the pursuit of Kevin Pierre-Louis coming from the other side of the field to tackle McFarland from behind. Incredible speed.
The longest field goal of the year was 41 last week against Pittsburgh. This is 42 yards for Ryan Norton to try and give Syracuse the lead. He's missed 2 straight after hitting 5 in a row late in the season. And the kick by Norton is good. A season best by Ryan Norton. 42 yards. And the Orange are back in front at home. Dan,
Yep.
every great college town's got one. Every place.
I'm going to start picking up some T-shirts.
You want it in a Syracuse? They got it at Manny's on Marshall Street.
And they've got hats, ping pong paddles, toilet paper, onesies, I mean, they got everything.
They got everything.
Every town.
You want something in Orange? They got one in every college town. They got one here in Syracuse. It's called Manny's on Marshall Street. Short kick, Norton. Willis going to field this at about the 17. Miles Willis got chopped down at the 28-29-yard line by Jeremy Wilkes. And so Orange will concede to BC, who trails a field goal, Jen.
Well, Wes, the good news is Andre Williams is back here on the sideline, and I talked briefly with trainer Steve Bushy as he came back onto the field, and he said he confirmed they were working on Andre's right shoulder, and he's back out here. That's about all he told me at this point. Andre's been hanging onto a ball, tucking it under his right arm ever since he got out here, has his helmet on.
All right, we'll see. 10-point game. At one point, it's now become a 3-point game. 24-21, and this is Miles Willis, who is filled in nicely for Williams. And a pick up that time of about 3.5 before Arciniega, who's now been plugged into the linebacking core with the injury to Marquise Sproul. And 22 yards on 5 carries now for Miles Willis.
Interesting to see Syracuse is still loading up the box despite being burned on play action several times since the second quarter.
Look at this strong eye look, and they take Vidaro. Look at the guard. Is lined up as a fullback. And they try and give Willis a window, and Rashard Anderson, and there's Marquise Sproul making the play back in the lineup for Syracuse. Brian, I've seen Patchen out in a slot today, and now we've seen Bobby Vidaro, the guard, line up as a fullback.
Well, and Vidaro made a great play there, getting out there and knocking over Rashard Anderson, creating a lane for Miles Willis. These are very athletic and big linemen. Head coach Steve Adosio said anyone in the country would want my offensive line.
He's right, too.
Oh.
BC is yet to convert a 3rd down in 4 tries. Redding empties the backfield. Orange brings 4. Redding trying to buy time. Slips it to Amadon. 1st down, Boston College. Cameron Lynch was there defensively, but Alex Amadon did a pretty nice job in space.
What a play made by Chase Reddick here. He extends the play with his legs, and normal receivers will continue on their routes when their quarterback scrambles. Wasn't the case. All 3 out of the 4 wide receivers sat in the same spot, other than Amadon, who found an opening and gave his quarterback a target. Great play by both teams.
Here we go again. Tyler Rouse is coming to the ball game at running back. And he's playing behind Vidaro. Look at Vidaro almost shadows out Rouse. And here he is. Rouse working right side. Boy, took a big lick and falls forward for about 3. Hodge, the linebacker, clamped down.
I'll tell you what, it is not a good time to be number 9, Rashard Anderson, the corner for Syracuse. That's him buried under the guard who's lining up at fullback. We promised a physical football game, and you're getting it.
Oh. Approaching the final minute in this 3rd period. Orange with a 3-point lead. And again, they used the 310-pound junior guard at fullback. And here's Rouse trying to find room and spun out of Sproul's tackle, and then big Aaron Kroom leads the Orange tacklers at the 46-yard line. One of the bigger 3rd downs of the ball game coming up. BC just converted their 1st, and now here comes a really big one. Down a field goal. Final half minute of this 3rd period. We're getting top drawer effort by both clubs.
Certainly is, and you got to keep an eye on number 83, Alex Amadon. That's the man they go to 70% of the time. We'll see if somebody else can emerge as a weapon right now for Chase Reddick as they empty the backfield again.
3 left, 2 right. Orange bringing the house, incomplete. Overthrown, intended for Amadon. Ron Thompson, the big 6'4" defensive end, was flying through there against Reddick.
Great call defensively for Syracuse. Get the pressure up the middle. That's exactly where Chase Reddick wanted to go with the football. Everybody was running in routes. He had no vision, had to throw the ball away.
Richie Desir to take the punt of Nate Freeze. 6 plays, and now the punt by Boston College on their 2nd possession. It's a wobbly end-over-end kick from Freeze. Desir leaps to pull it in, and then is brought down right at the 20.
I could promise you Desir is going to have a meeting with Coach Schaefer here in about 5 seconds.
Wow.
For fielding that punt.
Richie Desir went into the air to pull the rock down. Orange have a fair 3 quarters in the books at the Carrier Dome. The Orange lead the Eagles 24-21. BC's been chipping away, but not quite enough so far. Terrell Hunt, Syracuse, looking downfield for Clark, and incomplete. Overshot him. Aspria has come back in the ball game, and then coverage for Boston College. So George McDonald's offense to start the 4th with a little play action pass.
Yeah, you got to keep him honest and take a shot. It gets them a little behind schedule here on 2nd down, but they haven't tried to go downfield too often.
So 2nd in the full 10. And Jerome Smith out out to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 5 at a volley. Tackle for BC.
What an athlete Asim Edebali is. This young man has only been playing football for about 6 years. Just an incredible season. So much upside. This kid's only going to get better and most likely go on to play on Sundays.
11 of 15 is Syracuse on 3rd down. You see the breakdowns there. Inside route, Ashton Broyle. That'll be enough for the 1st down. That ball is thrown on a rope to Broyle, Brian.
Yeah, we've seen a great progression of Terrell Hunt today. Several times now he has fit that ball into small windows. We didn't see this from him earlier in the season. He sees the corner coming from behind and throws him open.
And now Morris, the carry. And not much for Morris, maybe a yard. Mahalik. Connor Wojak there for Boston College. So a minute gone here in the 4th. Syracuse has been very deliberate in their approach today. And Terrell Hunt, as Scott Schaefer told us, we can't do what we can't do, right? Got to be who we are, not what we can't do. And here's Hunt trying to keep it. And he'll get close to the 35 before he's pushed back by Rudolph.
You know, it's interesting to see the difference in this offense. Early in the season, they'd get in the 4th quarter with a lead, and it was Jerome Smith, Prentice, and Gully on the handoff, run the football. Now we're seeing the maturation of this young quarterback, and they're putting the game in his hands.
15 carries today, Terrell Hunt. A career high for him in terms of rush attempts.
And by spreading out Boston College like they're doing, it eliminates the threat of having those 3 great linebackers in the middle of the field to stop your run.
6 on the line for BC. Hunt to Clark, and he'll make the catch, but come up short. He's a yard short of the 1st down. Justin Simmons made a big play for Boston College. And now Riley Dixon will come on to punt.
A good decision. Scott Schaefer loves to be aggressive in these situations, but you're up by 3. You stifle Boston College's offense a little bit here in the 2nd half. Punt the football, play the field position game.
Spiffy Evans shaken up during the course of the season, back in the lineup today for BC. Injured in October against North Carolina. And Dixon's punt's a beauty. Evans will play off the 15. And brought down at the 22. Good play downfield. McFarland. Devontae McFarland's carried the rock and now made a great play in punt cover. Orange protecting a 3-point lead. Boston College. Time for our Z-Max performance play of the game. This 52-yard bootleg throw to Alex Amadon, a big one.
Well, the play-action pass has been the best weapon for Boston College offensively all day. And this score right before this led to a score before halftime, got the momentum back in the Eagles' favor, and they're going to need some more plays like that here in the 4th quarter to reignite this offense.
Well, there's only 17 seconds of difference in time of possession here in the 2nd half after Syracuse dominated it in the 1st half. And now Miles Willis picks up about 7 yards before Cameron Lynch makes the play. If you're just joining us, Andre Williams was shaken up and it left the ball game, and Boston College would only confirm to our Jen Hildreth of a shoulder injury, but he was back out, helmet on. And Jen told us in our last visit he was trying to punch a football, but we have not seen him since he was shaken up on the play. Reddick is going to keep it here, and Chase Reddick with plenty of room. Sinkovic helps him with a block, and Chase Reddick is off and running. 30, 25, Reddick to the 20, and tackled at the 17-yard line of Syracuse. We've seen it all today.
We certainly have, and credit Sinkovic with a great block to kick this play off here. Look at him extending the play, getting Rashard Anderson way back behind. Now watch Alex Amadon come out here. Huge block, and Reddick goes 54 yards. Pulling out all the stops here for Boston College. Reddick not known for his running ability. He's picked up several first downs and now a huge run.
And 84 yards total on 3 carries for Chase Reddick. Terrell Hunt's got 71 yards. And now Miles Willis trying to slip through the middle of the Syracuse Syracuse defensive front. Hodge makes the stop. Andy Gollick, their center, slow to his feet as BC gets into the CPI security red zone. Second trip today. They're one of the best red zone teams in the country. Their touchdown percentage is 56%. Their overall percentage is extremely high. They've only been denied once in the red zone this year for points.
That's incredible, and that's with Andre Williams in the lineup. We'll see how they fare here with Miles Willis.
They've got one of the great insurance policies in kicking, and Nate Freeze as well. And here is Miles Willis, bouncing and able to pick up a yard. He'll close in on that first down. Well done by Miles Willis, and he's playing here because Andre Williams got shaken up in this third period.
Well, he likes to carry the ball in his left hand, and he took a big hit from Marquise Sproul there in that right shoulder. And that's all we know from the Boston College sidelines, that he's got some kind of shoulder injury that's been nagging him now for several weeks. And Miles Willis has filled in nicely here for the team. He certainly has the fresher legs. A huge workload for Andre Williams in the month of November this season.
The big guard, Vadaro, lines up at fullback. And the give is Willis, trying to slip through at the right. He has the first down, and it'll be first and goal, Boston College at the Syracuse 3.
And we've talked about the athletics of this offensive line. Look at the right guard. Vardaro gets out there as the fullback. It's a fantastic block on Brandon Reddish. Open up nice holes from Miles Willis, who's gaining yards effectively for him. Different style of back. He's not as physical as Andre Williams, but he's very slick and shifty, hard to bring down.
Now they take Mike Naples, move him up a tight end, leave Vadaro and Willis back there. He's got 48 yards on 10 carries. Run number 11 for Willis. And pushed back shy of the end zone is Miles Willis. Eric Krug, Jay Bromley, the junior and senior of Syracuse's defensive front.
Look, in Boston College is telling you, look, it's coming here. We're going to run the football, try and stop us. It's getting real physical, and look at that. Just a thing of beauty if you like old school football. Bunch of guys lining up saying, here's the line. I dare you to try and push me past it.
Second and goal. Willis, right side, no. Marquise Sproul blasted him. And a huge play by the middle linebacker.
With senior Marquise Sproul and Jay Bromley get penetration, and what a tremendous play by Sproul. Diagnoses the play, fantastic pursuit. Look for the bootleg now from Boston College. One of the plays they like down here.
BC just 2 of 7 on third down. At the doorstep to try and take the lead. Reddick play action. He'll keep it. Going to the left side. Dive for the score. Chase Reddick, who had a 54-yard run earlier in the drive, now gives Boston College the lead on the 1-yard plunge.
Several times Chase Reddick today has come up huge, playing in his final season as a senior. He's made several plays with his arms and now with his legs as well.
And the point after by Freeze. And that makes it a 4-point game. Under 8 minutes to go. The last guy in the house that you think would lead the game in rushing has just given the Eagles the lead.
They tried running off the right side 2 times previous. Look at all the eyes into the backfield here. Nobody paying attention to Chase Reddick. They come back to the bootleg, and as my partner said, the last guy in the building you'd expect to be leading this game in rushing was Chase Reddick, but right now he is the leading rusher in this football game, despite guys like Jerome Smith, 5th in the ACC in rushing, Andre Williams, 1st in the country in rushing.
And Boston College has got it to a 4-point game. Both schools have all 3 timeouts remaining. Freeze, knuckleballs one toward Brisley Esteem. And he's going to touch a knee, and Syracuse will play off its 25. trying to get bowl eligible. Now down lead here in the fourth, and you put that 44 on, young man, you got to know it's just more than a number. It's a belief around here. Here's the list of the ACC bowl eligible teams. There are 10 of them on that list. Scott Schaefer's trying to become 11. The ACC with 9 games tied. Remember now, the possibility of Clemson win tonight would probably put them in an at-large spot if Florida State beats Duke next week. And Hunt's pass batted away at a volley, and then he sacked Terrell Hunt. Oh, my goodness. It went from bad to worse in one swing for Terrell Hunt. And almost disastrous against 6'2" Kasem Edebali.
Edebali is so athletic. If Terrell Hunt doesn't catch that, Edebali may take that in for a touchdown. Edebali is one of those guys, he gets better every single game. He's still so new to football. Such a specimen.
It's a loss of 16, so it is 2nd and 26 now for the Orange. Hunt from the gun. Throwing here, and the catch made. And moving upfield is Quinta Funderburk, the Arkansas transfer, for a first down. And twice today, Syracuse has picked up huge plays in the pass game with Terrell Hunt. That's 27 yards.
Well, I'll tell you what, credit Quinta Funderburk. He may have gotten away with a little bit of a push-off here. You couldn't see it in that replay. But a nice job to go up and get the ball. And a perfect ball placement by Terrell Hunt, throwing that back shoulder throw and giving his receiver a chance to make a play.
Clock hits 7 minutes to go. And here is McFarland. Devontae McFarland across midfield to BC's 48-yard line.
Both of these football teams showcasing their depth and running back. Jerome Smith checks back into the game now, but McFarland has done a very nice job today when given the opportunity in the absence of Prince Tyson Gully.
Boy, all three, the backup play of McFarland and Morris to fill the key role that Gully provided with Jerome Smith. And here is Smith on cue for the right side. And about 3 yards for Jerome Smith. Connor Wojak makes the stop. Well, Syracuse has got kind of the possession they wanted, Brian, after the touchdown run by Reddick gave BC the lead. And they're in plus territory where seemingly just about every Syracuse possession is gone today.
Yeah, you really get the feel with 6 minutes remaining, Syracuse has to get a touchdown on this possession.
Hunt pumps, looks, now back throw, and caught Cornelius at BC's 28-yard line. Brian, was he trying to dial Ashton Burrow deep on the initial look?
He certainly was. We've talked about Terrell Hunt's progression so many times today. Look at the read progression. He pump fakes, he's looking for Broyle. Then he throws a gorgeous pass to Cornelius in the back shoulder.
And now
the previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field is a catch inbound.
The catch by Alvin Cornelius. We'll get another look from David Epperly and his crew.
They want to see if he bobbled it on the way down here. Tough to tell from that angle. Here's the best shot we're going to get. It's got to be indisputable evidence to overturn it.
Was the hip hit in bounds is the question, I think, right? Or did he get the foot down with the ball possessed?
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Complete a catch. First down.
There you go.
Boy, Terrell Hunt continues to showcase his improvements as a quarterback. By far the best game he's had this season, throwing and running the football. He's coming up huge for his football team in a key game when they need to win to get to a bowl game.
Career high 297 yards of offense for Terrell Hunt. It's his first 200-plus passing performance since early in the season. And Jerome Smith just a yard or two there. And so second down and long. But our Ram Truck Power highlights Terrell Hunt in the open field carrying the football.
He had broken so many tackles today and got so many first downs with his legs. The fact that he's a threat back there, it steals from your coverage. It also steals from your run defense. He constantly has to be accounted for.
Hunt overthrows Borlow. And now 3rd and 9. With 5:13 to play, 3rd and long. 13 3rd and long here for Syracuse and its quarterback.
And Steele DeVito comes up big here, getting the pressure on Terrell Hunt, forcing the throwaway. Nice coverage downfield as well. And this is tough now. You got 3rd and 9. And right here, there's no guarantee with this field goal.
Are you in 4-down territory? With 5 minutes left?
You very well can be with your erratic kicker. Scott Schaefer told me before the game, anything past that 25-yard line, he doesn't feel comfortable kicking field goals.
Here's Hunt. Pumps, looks, in zone, overthrew Christopher Clark.
Now, saying what we talked about there, whether to go for it on 4th down, had they run the ball or gotten 5 yards here, made it 4th and short, I think it makes the decision a little bit easier. But 4th and 9, you've got to go ahead and kick the ball. And Boston College is finding unique ways, dialing up some pressures here.
That's Josh.
To get to Terrell Hunt.
That was Josh Keyes, the linebacker. And now Ryan Norton to try a 44-yarder. The 42-yarder he hit earlier, career best. This is 44. Kick is away. And it's good. And Norton has drawn the Orange to within a point with 5:03 to play. In this second half, Norton has hit a pair of career best field goals. And it's a 1-point contest at the Carrier Dome. And they're to within a point of Boston College, 226, his best passing day since 265 earlier in the year against Wagner. Redding is the game's leading rusher, which might be the most shocking development of the entire ball game with 85 yards. But we talk about running backs at the top, and it's turned into the senior from Sierra Madre, California, Chase Redding, and the redshirt sophomore from Rosedale, New York, in Terrell Hunt. And it's a 1-point game with 5:03 to play, and both schools have all 3 timeouts, Brian.
Doesn't get much better than this. We promised you a bruising, physical, fun football game, and it has delivered.
And Bobby Wolford, the backup at fullback, catches the kick, and our Husqvarna high-powered scoring drive is all about Chase Redding.
Well, you talk about him being the leading rusher in the game. Here he goes for 54 yards and a design quarterback sweep. Then on 3rd and goal, after failing 2 times running the football, they go back to the quarterback on a bootleg, and he dives in for the score to become the game's leading rusher. When all we talked about at the top of the game was Andre Williams for Boston College and Jerome Smith for Syracuse, the running backs.
On their feet at the Carrier Dome now. BC off its 25. First down is Miles Willis, and he got nothing. The Orange shut it. Zen Jones, the senior from Los Angeles, made the play in the backfield, big 77, and then Marquis Sproul shut him down.
Syracuse again gets penetration in the backfield, and it really hurts this power and counter running game of Boston College. They don't run a whole lot of different plays. They do throw a whole bunch of different formations at you.
Well, here they go with an eye. And that's Sinkovic at the fullback spot. 3 tight ends on the field.
Now, they were putting a guard in the fullback spot when they were trying to run the football. Sinkovic in there. They like to throw him the ball. We'll see if this is play action.
They're going to give it to Miles Willis. And Marquis Sproul drops him at the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd in the full 10 for Boston College.
When Marquis Sproul is dealing with a neck injury sustained last week, but look at the play. Very fast to the point of attack. Very smart linebacker in the middle of the field. Diagnoses and reads plays quickly, and he's the emotional leader of this defense. And he's got this entire dome rocking right now.
3rd in the full 10. Orange go to the nickel. Boston College is 3 for 8 on 3rd down, but 3 of 4 and half 2. That's Parsons, the tight end, and Willis all coming wide here to the bottom of your screen. Snap to Redding. Hurries to throw. Incomplete to Amadon. It would have been short. 3 and out goes BC.
Now credit number 94, Robert Welch, did a nice job of hurrying up Chase Redding to get the pass out there. He had Alex Amadon, just threw it back shoulder. And Robert Welch gets in there, hurries Chase Redding, can't throw an accurate pass, and Amadon can't come up with it. A huge stop for Syracuse defense.
Freezes punt. Knuckleballs, and Desir will scoop it and step out of bounds at the 37. Final 3:24 the Carrier Dome. The defense of the Orange held up their end of the deal. Can the offense match? We'll find out after this. Well, the legend of 44. Sometimes the spirit of 44 carries over, doesn't it, Brian? It's going to be interesting to see how Schaefer's team handles it today. And there is the great Floyd Little. Dapper, I might add, for indoors on Thanksgiving Saturday. Terrell Hunt, little trap. Jerome Smith, maybe a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9.
See if that can translate over to their offense.
Well, they move Smith out and they bring Devontae and McFarland back in. Both McFarland and Morrison made big plays. Hunt throws and it's intercepted. Steele DeVito down the near side and taken down by Hunt at the 22. And Steele DeVito, his first interception of the year.
Defensive coordinator Don Brown can't say enough positive things about Steele DeVito, and on a day where Terrell Hunt was having his best game of the season, makes a poor decision there. Steele DeVito steps in front and makes a huge play for his football team. You can see there Terrell Hunt didn't even see DeVito waiting in his zone in the middle of the field, tried to get the ball to Boyle and forced it. Steele DeVito steps up, makes a big interception.
Steele DeVito kind of stole the spotlight on that one, guys. Giving the ball back to his offense. He just said Don Brown, defensive coordinator, has worked him harder than any other coach. He feels he's playing his best right now. That play would say so.
Absolutely, and here's Miles Willis sweeping around the right side, and Willis will be knocked out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal, Boston College at the Syracuse 5. The speedster from Conyers, angled out by Darius Kelly. And boy, has Miles Willis shown up big here in the half, too.
He certainly has. Look at the eyes. Great vision, and look how he sees and gets the edge. He's come in here with fresh legs and given them another gear to this offense.
67 yards on 15 carries for Willis. So Syracuse timeout here. And they'll have 2 remaining with 2:37 to play. David Epperly pointed to Boston College, but said Syracuse, and now he's confirmed it does belong, the timeout charge, to Scott Schaefer's club. Well, so now nothing's come easy here for the Orange. They've lost 3 of their last 5. They've been injury riddled now for about the last 2 weeks. Prince Tyson Gully, Julian Wiggum, 2 of the big losses. The tight end Beckett Wales, hurt here last week against Pittsburgh, was an enormous loss in the throw game for offensive coordinator George McDonald. Jared West, the wide receiver, unable to go today. And then Wiggum was joined defensively by Isaiah Johnson this week. We saw him get the interception against Wake Forest that sealed the win against the Deacons here earlier in the year. So McDonald knows that his offense may get the ball back. The key here would be, if you get it back, you may not have much time or many timeouts, depending on the sequence playing out here.
Certainly, and they would need to get the ball downfield quickly. That's not what this offense does.
1st and goal for BC. Miles Willis pulled down by Spruill, and a marker. It's a procedure call on BC.
False start. Offense, number 67, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Seth Betancourt has come in the ball game. So now it'll be 1st and goal back at the 10. And here's the give to Willis one more time. Not much there.
Other than the big play-action passes.
There's the other timeout used by Schaefer.
Other than the big play-action passes, Syracuse defense has played pretty well all football game.
Right.
Boston College is going to have to come up with something creative like they have on these bootlegs. They ran another bootleg where they delayed the tight end, C.J. Parsons, going out for a pass. They had to get really creative to score here inside the 10.
Well, They'll huddle around their respective coaches, and here's the way we look in week 14. Everybody wanted a wire-to-wire finish, and you got one here today. A North Carolina win combined with a Virginia Tech win would have made four-way tie at 5-3 and put the Hokies in the championship game against Florida State. As it was, congratulations to David Cutcliffe at Duke, a 2-point win in Chapel Hill on a late field goal. 27-25, they'll meet Florida State. The league has got 9 or 10 bowl-eligible teams and trying to get 11 here, but Syracuse trails a point with 2:34 to go.
An incredible season for Cutcliffe and the Duke Blue Devils. Picked to finish last in the Coastal, and they go 10-2 on the season.
Yep, Miami beat Pittsburgh yesterday 41-31 in Heinz Field. Paul Christ and the Panthers are bowl-eligible, and of course so is Al Golden at 9-3. Second and goal. Willis, they'll run clock here, and Willis got 3 yards to the 7. Another timeout. That's the last one for Scott Schaefer. So now all of a sudden, Syracuse, depending on what happens here on the third down play, liable to get it back out of timeouts and then the differential. Well, the BCS has got a little bit of chaos. Ohio State held on to win at Ann Arbor today. Florida State won big at Gainesville. Alabama in a fight with Auburn at Jordan-Hare at this hour. And Clemson is a monumental game tonight, Brian, against South Carolina and Columbia. A win by the Tigers would likely push them north into an at-large BCS spot if Florida State can hold the road and get to the ACC championship and win and stay in that 2-hole.
Certainly could be a tremendous year for the ACC as a whole. And here, the last 2 times in the goal line scenario, Boston College has dialed up Chase Reddick bootlegs, passing and him to run it to score. We'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and goal.
What do you throw here?
Oh, you have to.
3rd and goal. Reddick will throw. Right side, caught. Naples knocked out of bounds. Clock stops, and that's a win for the Orange with 2:25 to play. So now on 4th down, Freeze will try and come on and make it a 4-point game.
Well, this is just a great job. Syracuse, no surprise. They had to have expected this after the last 2 drives, 3rd and goal. They went to play action. They kept everything in front of them. And Freeze has been automatic this year on field goals.
17 of 17 is Freeze. 20-yard try. Sharp angle for the right-footed senior. And the kick is good. So with 2:08 to play, Nate Freeze has made it a 4-point game on a 20-yard field goal. He's had a remarkable season. He's now 18 for 18. He had a 52-yarder that was the game winner last week at Maryland for Boston College in their 3-point win, 29-26. Well, we've come to the end of our ACC College Football Saturday package, and we had a little year-end festivities last night. Well, you have some faux tears all around, some merch. Oh, Butch got a boa.
I'll tell you what, these are some hard-working people. You don't get to see the behind the scenes of what it takes to broadcast a football game. People driving trucks for 15 hours plus, working overnight, long hours. These are some extremely talented professionals, and it's just been a joy for us to work with.
And that's our director, Gary Clem, on the right. A chapeau for me. Another hat for Jen.
There's our MVP right there, Christina.
Yeah, congratulations to Christina. She's our MVP. And a great year. And our thanks to all the men and women that bring ACC College Football Saturday to life for you during our 14-week campaign. It's a pleasure, and we're blessed to work with all of you. We thank you for the great support you've given us.
What a game to close out on. We knew it was going to go down to the wire in a possession ball game. Who was going to get the ball last? And we'll see how Terrell Hunt responds after having such a great game, but then throwing that key interception on the last drive. The young quarterback mentally has to forget about that and now drive his team down the field for the win.
By the way, both these turnovers in the ball game, the interception by Lynch cashed in for a touchdown, the interception by DeVito cashed in for a field goal. So there have been points off turnovers for both clubs here today. And a 4-point game. Bowl eligibility on the line for the Orange. And Freeze just drives this one at Grizzly Esteem. And the Orange will play off its 25. Second half's been interesting, Brian.
It certainly has. And Andre Williams went down with an injury. He's been plagued by a shoulder all season long. Could have returned, but they made the choice not to put him back in the game. And Chase Reddick put the team on his shoulders and has come up big in the second half. Scored on their opening possession of the third quarter. Then again, Chase Reddick on the bootleg. Third and goal, dives in. He's the leading rusher in the football game, folks. He's made huge plays with his arm and his legs. And right now, BC's resting on a 4-point lead. Syracuse has got to get a touchdown. They've got no timeouts and 2 minutes to go.
Just 29 yards on 9 carries. And the 17th touchdown of the year for Andre Williams today. Hunt on first down, and that's Paris in traffic. A great catch at the 40, a 15-yard throw to Josh Paris, the tight end, who's come up big today after the injury last Saturday to veteran Beckett Williams.
We wondered how Terrell Hunt was going to respond after the interception, and there we see him again fitting that ball into tight spaces. Paris makes a tremendous catch in traffic.
Orange are out of timeouts. Hunt gets to the gun. And across the middle, the catch made. That's Alvin Cornelius. Stephen Daniels there.
This is interesting. Terrell Hunt likes to throw the ball from the hash marks in. He doesn't like to work the perimeter that much, but that keeps his receivers in the middle of the field and the clock running. He's going to have to get it out of bounds at some point into the perimeter.
Second down. Hunt pumps now out of the pocket to his left. He's going to turn it upfield. First down into BC territory near the 45. The clock will stop with 1:19 as they move the chains.
They try to pressure him, and this is what Terrell Hunt's done all day, is pick up first downs with his legs. He is tough to tackle in the open field.
Orange need a touchdown, trailing 4 here to Boston College. 70 seconds to go. And Hunt to his left, going to loop it down the field for Cornelius, and now a flag thrown against the defensive back, C.J. Jones. Hunt just kind of lobbed it downfield toward Cornelius, and Jones interfered with it.
It looked like they were trying to get the corner to bite on the quarterback run and get a guy open deep, but it didn't happen, and Terrell Hunt smartly threw it out of bounds.
The marker.
Pass interference on the defense, number 6. Ball will be placed at final foul, first down.
What a setup. And now Terrell Hunt and the Orange get a first down via the penalty.
And importantly, it stops that clock. Again, a field goal is no good down 4, right?
Single high safety is Dominique Williams for BC. Minute 3 to play. First and 10 for Syracuse. Hunt flushed in the pocket. Keeps his feet. And the ball popped loose. Scramble for it at the 25. And it belongs to Syracuse. Second down. Remember, they're out of timeouts. Mahalik stripped it.
Boy, heads-up play by the center, Mackie McPherson. Incredible recover that fumble and hustle downfield chasing after his quarterback.
44 seconds left, clock running, and Hunt will tuck and run for the first down. Smart play by Terrell Hunt. BC, I think, thought he was going to spike it, and he didn't. 38 seconds left.
Very crafty play. Just when you think Scott Shaper's run out of tricks, he comes up with another one.
33 seconds left. Brian, you're right, though. The Orange have to take a shot here. 27 seconds left. Inverted wishbone look. And now a timeout taken by Boston College.
Timeout. Boston College. Their first of the half, 30-second timeout.
How about Steve Adazio stopping the clock here? 22 seconds left. He evidently didn't think his group was lined up.
And they looked confused out there. You had a lot of guys point fingers at each other. Adazio would not have stopped that clock unless it was absolutely necessary. He's got to get this defense on the same page.
Well, a moment ago, Syracuse lived to see another snap because Terrell Hunt had the first down, and what a play by Brian Mahalik, 99.
Watch the strip here as Terrell Hunt's going down. He rips it out. And Mackie McPherson, the center, hustling downfield, jumps right on it.
It was Clearly out before the knee hit, Brian.
Certainly. And they tell you, never stop running until the whistle blows, and Mackie McPherson comes up big for his offense and saves Terrell Hunt from a costly turnover.
Cornelius and Paris to the far side. Boyle and Clark near side. Hunt to his right. Going to throw it out of bounds. It's now 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 17 seconds left.
Well, they were looking at Ashton Broyle. He was matched up with Kevin Pierre-Louis, and we've talked about the athleticism at KPL at linebacker, and Broyle's the best athlete for Syracuse, but nice job in coverage by Kevin Pierre-Louis.
And so now all of a sudden,
and this is a situation where number 88 for Syracuse, Gerard West, who's injured today. This is where he used to come up big. He was their perimeter receiver, their deep threat. He's out today. Somebody's going to have to step up.
a lot of cushion on the corners for Boston College. Hunt throws. Cornelius there. Caught out of bounds. 12 seconds left. C.J. Jones bangs him out of bounds at about the 8.
No one knew who Alvin Cornelius was until 2 weeks ago. Terrell Hunt working the perimeter. Nice throw and very good catch by Alvin Cornelius. Holds on to the football and gets out of bounds.
Syracuse needs a touchdown to win. Scott Schaefer trying to get bowl eligible. Steve Adazio's there. Got a chance to win 5 straight to close the regular season. Hunt's 28 of 42 for 262. Throws back. That ball's caught. Josh Paris. Touchdown Orange. 6 seconds left. And Terrell Hunt hits Josh Paris. Now Norton to make it a 3-point game. Kick is away and good. 8 plays, 75 yards in 2:02.
Incredible play call by George McDonald again. Look at the creativity. Everybody looking at Terrell Hunt, the blocking downfield. What an excellent play call. Terrell Hunt's hurt this defense so many times running the football with his legs. They fool everybody there, and Paris has come up huge for this team in replace of Beckett Wales.
Holy cow, look at the bench.
And it's senior day, and these guys know what they're playing for, trying to get to a bowl game. And what a day for Terrell Hunt, his best game of the season by far.
And Steve Adazio lives at the other end of the spectrum.
Well, he said he was worried. He said that last week's emotional game, every week it takes so much out of him. He was worried. His guys were banged up. He didn't know if they had enough left in the tank for this game. And another one that went down the wire for Boston College.
Terrell Hunt. Career high 270 passing today. 2 touchdown passes. He's run for another. And with 6 seconds left, Norton to kick it away. He'll scribble it along the ground. And they'll let it roll to Miles Willis. Clock starts on the touch. Willis will be brought down with 2 seconds left. And Boston College will get one swing at a miracle as Syracuse took the lead in the final 6 seconds.
Just a perfect play call. And fantastic execution by Terrell Hunt. Everybody thought he's rolling, getting out of the pocket where he could be a dual threat to throw or run. Throws it back for the screen. A great game called by offensive coordinator George McDonald for Syracuse.
Chase Reddick, who's had a brilliant day for BC as well. After the injury to Andre Williams, slips it across the middle of the field. And the ball game's over on Dyson Davis's hit. and the Orange are bowl eligible for Scott Schaefer. Nice moment between the two head coaches, Brian.
Can't say enough about these two coaches. They're all about toughness, discipline, and character. They've got both of these programs moving in the right direction. And just several weeks ago, we saw a similar scenario for Boston College on their senior day, where they won a game and the crowd rushed the field in celebration of what Boston College was able to do as they became bowl eligible as well.
And now Scott Schaefer gets the Orange to 6-6. And Jen has got the winning head coach.
I just couldn't be prouder of my coaching staff and this senior class to get bowl eligible, and we're excited as hell.
You could feel something on that sideline, couldn't you? When those guys know that that 6th win was coming.
And I love the hell out of this group, and couldn't be prouder of them.
Go celebrate with them, Coach. Wes.
All right, Jen. A happy Scott Schaefer, and rightly so. His team, injury-riddled, finds a way, and Josh Paris sends the Orange to a bowl. They are the 11th ACC team to be bowl eligible.